Well, but good evening. Akwaba wo jaso jumedie so. Live. Okay, 101.7 FM. Ni nyina post elections. Ye to about very successful elections. Afedi abato no. Akwadani krono ye wia niema looting. Any basabasa violence na ekoso. President Mahama Akra say ebeya yen kan kire omampani excellency na Anadanko Akufo-Addo say onhwe na digide ne basabasa ni nyina no entwemo enko nti no eno ene ade a yeguso ayehwe but even ene NDC for mpanifo bi so de so bo no bo MPP fo bi say basabasa na ehase na MPP fo bi di omo agim looting no nti MPP fo bi ena da akoshe chire na kutupa omo ye rough area money be just to give NDC a bad name but here Rafifi na ye general secretary of NDC catch NDC for that to just calm down you be anye boko because and our catch supporters class celebration on tone down because they have major work to do na major work no mo be ye no 120 days Mahama policy or there by Monday me chere mo 120 days no near president Mahama chere no so be ye 120 days. These are very key issues also what they ebeba. We'll look at all that. But when you mean Dr. George Domfe ewaha and Professor Jobin Owusu Nyamiche so in fact Professor Jobin Owusu Nyamiche predicted say and conform to abano Junior Jailu good evening pa also share from Bamboy. Thank you for joining us all the way from Boli Bamboy. Or say conform to abano. He predicted it. Say and conform ma emeto and clearly about to equate who say people didn't come to vote MPP for no especially say Oma meto mini abema roni na no ka say a friend say ono akra won MPP for say omunye very careful because voter apathy they drew on ma hit MPP more than NDC and in fact Professor Jobi Owusu Nyamiche even Professor Donfe research he even said it about voter margin say voter apathy is about 28%. That was the percentage that he gave. 80 MPP for a year. Man, find ye serious. I know money. But my Professor Owusu Nyamiche. I mean, about shrinking MPP for no baby. I am blue. That's what you're saying.
The economy and not fielding an account candidate. The confluence of Ghana. Now, what can say? Also, a home children. I'm for die rent a cosro, gas a cosro. What you say? Ebiania wide ya. Most of them are no Makasano, but almost on Tuabano. Alan Chematin's influence in Ashanti region and a half strong.
Okay.
And also a strong pa.
Okay.
And now cost Rohonosua. And this is for vote, a best shake kakra, but any that much. Because Mahama a well-known figure there.
Okay.
Minim said near Tuaba. And this is winning.
And this is winning.
Minim said near Tuaba, based on the people I've talked to. Minim said, Enna, the apathy, the voter apathy, also be very, very high this time. And this
I do think about one round and not about second round because for what I say, second round the NDC will win because most of the people will go to his side.
If what I am seeing and what I'm hearing is correct, number one, say voter apathy, high, that is going to be concentrated in the urban areas, which in most cases in they vote MPP. That means MPP votes will diminish.
And prophecy as a prediction, the Professor Jobi Owusu Nyamiche was Central State University of America. Asemo kan na abemuno say voter apathy beba na be affect MPP for more. Na ye to aba as of that day no kan which is like a month ago. Or say ye to aba MPP for. This is exactly what he predicted. Exactly what he predicted. And no, and I hate MPP for asem at home CCN. Until you boys good evening if you also here live from Achima Boabo Eastern region. Almost almost areas now voter apathy in Eastern region. So voter high voter apathy. But Prof Domfe joining Prof Domfe Mama good evening Akwaba.
Good evening.
Prof Domfe I'm comfortable research to post now here in Nepali. What happened?
Yo, Mamina was in a menchia a chief union, na men can the first statement. The Tama, the research in Tujana, may can say if elections were held today, na me kyerɛkyerɛ mu sɛ first week of November na we is our research no. Na free all about 3 weeks or 20 more than 20 days and then a lot of things happened. Research is not my baby. Me know where the come baby. Yeah. My main camera for 2016. The premier prediction. It came true. Nothing failed. 2020, wow, videos UTV. The day before, they make a car and it's our na election is anete steady and amakoye. Now this year also not me no say this year's prediction is difficult. I kept on saying it because now November last year you were John Dramani mama no we dear titimukra makasa asim we are the usha figures nearby na research November results nearby
November results ni
no we dear titimukra ya me kra no na me a omaye nkwa me nkrofo bi a me ni mo Jubilee House and other place governor appointee. I called them and told them so masa mo ya se pedwuma come out to me mama is coming because that's I don't hear gabo na that you are don't mind mama antem ne ba me antem na wa pa but a free epoch or ne ma sha se change ye hu se you are eye ba o me na ho de na sha se ekosoro na you are mama so de etiba enya me nkofi service so many service sa results na enya na sana minya ya ntubeka kra August survey me no ka catch us president Mahama dedika na nso so ahwe because it can run so okay ya na be say on the team
last year before the last one
exactly last one na me catch was say this time around Baumia na be take lead that time Baumia be take lead nya me come research smart sapon me who research be na aba na enemy de no process so I just but me I was cautious can say 2 percentage point gap that one euro
okay well Doc Donve an article but I'll get him again Prof Dove and comforting and can just a patcho now for what in by or be patcho and don't go what a patcho but Prof Dubin Masendo new a year wait me there John Pacho check or WhatsApp no am I na you said the etie and comforting nana appear nana kofi appear as a prof Doc Donve also to make him said they all predicted say MPP for secure in parliament but yet to abani will be able to say and yes akra no nya omunya MPP for no marry kra shamefully into bebechim why akwakoye say nti no to prof we need your answer on that first Joseph Kosi Mensa so here live from Takrade Joseph thank you so much and a bizo can say me apologize no Francis hey enti doc person be apologize amemu ana because we dey amemu kra it no ka che no na on chiriche mu che ni ehu nti prof Jobin also nyame che so be join here because say me bo ni video ni che ono dey o kan say MPP fo be luzu because the voter shrink MPP for no baby aye blue ni nyina that's what you are saying
the economy and not fielding an account candidate ekumase the confluence of Ghana now workers say go so ehun kire wom amafo dan rent akosoro gas akosoro what you say aduane aboa eden a omo nyina most of them are me no makasa no but almost omo nto aba no alanche matin so influence in Ashanti region and a half no strong
okay
and no see strong pa
okay
and akosoro ho no so a NDC for vote no e be shake kakra but enye that much because Mahama a well known figure there
okay
menim say na yeto aba NDC be winning
and enti eno ne prof Jobi Owusu nyame che prediction no say yeto aba NDC be winning he predicted it but Dr. Donve yina ababium Dr. Donve mamisa mo akwa ababium na ebi mo send a message saying can't just apologize because the predictions not on the presidential and parliamentary.
Unfortunately we apologize when we commit offense. I haven't committed any offense. I have done quite a number of studies. I shared the results with you. Almost all the studies that I did, President Mahama was leading, with the exception of the last one that changed. And I told you, the catcher will say, and now say, Bakupe and I about me to educate anything. predicting say you about me and be winning no difficult because me nim ade a esi ya e ma no nko sa particular survey no utimi edi kai de ya ye nyina mahama ne di kai meka o video so amaba be ka bi so what I say me wo de na ma di kai ya na mahama edi first wa bra ayi e call one round me wo de na ma ya na oni ba omia enyina ye neck yura mahama na edi kai na enso so e be ko second round eno start na cheda ene yura alancha maten na ho de no so a chile yet timber from the kind of what videos were American say upper west region, upper east, a bay regional NDC bay yard the power after voter in terms of
what's a bay on World Bank?
Both time the prediction is MPP being 10%, only 9%. So I say, and I'm saying the next regional NDC bay the power in terms of proportion, a bay upper east. Meaning about a free November ban almost every 2 weeks. Your coffee, survey. You had 29,000 Ghanaian voters, 29,000. We were entering every constituency in each round. Obia when survey the other country was a survey name sample size determination and a sampling technique. In both ways, I use scientific processes. The some processes we are in 2016, they predicted accurately and make 2020. Why was it so? Make Nanado, they predicted 51.7 man, when you're 51.4. So what I say? It is sampling, and no one is there. Man, change it. Before any problem, data development, I couldn't have changed the data. So what I say?
As a
social scientist, Obia Oje social science DBA. I bet you say nipa behavior no, and yet a human behavior it changes. So what I say? Now you survey, now you say at the time of the survey, if elections were held. Now, me number so betia, me crame no ekasa and the board regions 4D. Say voter apathy is strong. Bono now voter party was 18%. I have 19. Asante region 15%. Yeah, some regions in MPP. I mean, anyway. At first, na Greater Accra na nyakra. Na Greater Accra, almost I say Juma, etine fees there at ebe, but still, this is our resource way. I will share with you last year November. The last year survey results, Bravo said, survey this year. Because last year, after an NPP's primary, and some BBC, you are Canada Japan. Sabin previous and not only woman, I hear Juma. About Monteba Cancer, Baumia, Ambon, or Nuna, I'm a petrol walker, one arm as it's my head. I'm partial petrol walker. I'm Panama Boy. So what else? Now, me as an economist,
but research them back. Research them back was looking at or was saying, say,
me as economist, me in fact blame no come about me as I say economy. Daddy, yes, I'm very unfair to him because Ghana, you call US, US has experienced inflation, the highest in 40 years. Germany, you call they have experienced inflation, highest in 70 years. Free charges have gone up 300%. The first we have container about Ghana now the $10,000. I know we hear $30,000 for the same container. At the beginning of the year 2020, Ghana government had total reserve. I mean, with Bank of Ghana, we had total reserve of 9.9 billion. Go back to the history from 57 and tell me how many years did we do better with that kind of reserves? So we had enough to protect the city. But when the situation, when it happened, that we need more dollars. Petrol, $72 per barrel. In the heat of in the heat of the Russia-Ukrainian crisis, it went up to $121. And BDCs, monthly, they were spending $250 million importing 135,000 barrels of refined oil. They increased it to 400. And if $100 in the free bar. Ghana government does not print dollars. So what I say, eti kakana ye wona ye government no performance ye results no a call from no definitely your city will suffer. Eti mane ma boy ye din asetem ye din wo Ghana. No doubt about that. It is
okay. Hello, Prof. Hello, Prof. Well, Prof, I'm not but Prof, also, I'm what now predicting to Abana and this be winning, and our predictive voter apathy. What the end there, but
Abeka say the AC nyina no mismanagement. Ghana for be jedi. And until November your research na ye no. Said the prof no ya obo voice the kan no. Na your papa no amam for so mo aba no. That was what we saw. Me no kasa da bia me catch was amam for so mo aba no. But the chile no na regions are not a problem. Eye bono ahafo and Ashanti. Others no mo so mo beto. Eduru ho no. Ashanti fo anto bono anto ahafo anto said the mekan no. All other regions want to na me pamocho ade esi yehu bi say the year 2020 Nana Akufo-Addo onya 6.7 billion million votes 6.7 million votes yera Dramani and Mahama also nya 6.2 million. As almost difference was about 500. This year yera John Dramani Mahama he got almost the same as he had. Difference na buy and na head and also okosoro eso na also Nana Akufo-Addo votes no nya 6.7 no but we nya 4.6. That is 2.1 million more people didn't vote. Now make I chose me nya research bi about let me account me say omo man to aba no omo ya MPP for because na me research no na ma hu say perform so omo to aba no 88 out of every 100 ayo omo 2016 or 2020 they voted for MPP. So what I say?
Okay.
Okay. ADC no MPP for an anchor.
Okay.
And this no miss our problem no. They were eager and hungry for power. So they went all out to vote. MPP for we are disappointed say abane ba na ho kira ba o ma bre enti no mo nto aba. But o mo nto ma NDC.
Okay.
And
your prediction, technically what you're saying, prediction is exactly what you predicted. Say, party no be affect MPP for more. But so because in conform more questions, more parliamentary seats, and conform predicted say A+ B lose we win any other me say about parliamentary near the Mako. And we will go into numbers now. Okay, and say Mahama number no has not really changed. About 115,000 and account. So this is a protest by MPP supporters against their own party. But Prof, also Jubi also Nyamiche, who predicted voter apathy. You said the Allen factor. You said the economy will determine the order of the day. Say what has happened? Do you see that this is in line with the Okainana?
I'm say if you are a chair, our program is I'm chair with TF also. Say exactly about a month ago, and meba has a no dinkomo. And now Ubisa me very categorical question say, and ne ye to about why the bell winning. Namka say, and they to about because voter apathy in the so high, and this bell winning. And now MPP for no call horo almost say Goro boys be di matemwa or Facebook. Ye horo mea and ne sankam sankania me can you know, even though now it was too late to have done anything at that point. Nkomo tie ya ana nkomo ye ne American ya anka nye ne se nka ye hu results a ye hu so na se me aside adwuma a de kira me kire no me say consultancy me advise investors are Africa aba particularly Ghana because se me Ghana ni na me sebe me tia buchiri na menya nimdie kakra na investors some ba me inform nko Rwanda na me inform nko ye finish Tanzania Ghana na me do mbeba enti ye ne nkofo be bre kasa so ye ne nkofo be bre kasa because if you have investments is targeted towards a certain particular area of the economy. Now me from a credibility and to ho I advise you being country say wobreko a B oba na electricity a wo use to say bobo a Now on Timimfa any high powered your friend is a machine say because electricity is stronger. Now me 24 and as man 24 miss me who imagine sika o. Eno nti ye ne nkrofo bebre kasa about a research, but I'm using that to advise my clients. So me no mo kasa e no omo nyina kasa said the name is kono abanonya de ombeto because the choices are so bad. Say enya de beto mama hama ena enso ye MPP fo enya de beto na Akufo-Addo so ye ntoma no nti beti na fi anaso say ye beto abana say no. And based on that, and I'm a predator say NDC will win because NDC for no now I'm mobilize more papa. And to hear now, we are voting a trend now. What you say numbers is consistent with past 4 years and the other years.
Yes.
Close enough. So that tells you say NDC for they were mobilized. And MPP for no, they were mobilized because of a nimana na air question. Almost said Kufuor type, Kufuor be jai a mono, power mono. I didn't be see ye, so kaya. Ama, omo so much of arrogance. MPP for no so much of arrogance. Kufuor kai so kai pa.
Yeah, 2008.
Yes.
Now, it was even visible around 2007. You call Congress, Alan Chairman versus Nanado Congress, and media for your cover. Yeah, it was visible.
So now I have so much of arrogance in Ghana for to me for MPP for because of arrogance. We here neya a BCS ne. Sa tintinti and I meant tiasie and I meant kwana me yeah. A party and a woo abayo if ya party na woo abayin and ya bind a woo party. So what here name MPP government is so powerful than the party itself. MPP government is so powerful that when a problem in every you.
MPP are buying.
Yes. It is so powerful. Chain. Your friend is a corner than a buy. Obroni Beka said the tail is wagging the dog.
But why is that the case?
Nina kujina oken defone so. Because se mobile power oken defone ne wosika. On no to me. Inti se beko congress o. Ye be say you. Ono no masika e de ahwe me ahwe party. So eno hu susanso e ne koba ye ma kwabena Japan. Ye omo ye ku.
Yeah.
Because na kwabena Japan pese party no bigger and supreme. And is a aban no when I say yes ya party ni be kire o say ohene there be wunti be nyesi even though na president no wunti be nyesi hwe ase de nketia me pese obi ka kire no say he needs.
And you are singling out the arrogance. Jenny and Hunter can on MPP for lose no.
Na tell me wage dog no there. Say na nko yi because the dog has to wag his tail. I say tell me wage dog no there. Not just a bibi achia. If you say party nent me into a buying for because party na offer mo party na offer a buying ni form a buy no a buy no policy but sa policy no all ye no yenzo ne ekɔ form ye ne yi nkrofo na offer ne kokasa ene ye beka kire say enkoye wuswuntie wuntie dia ene na bra form na be adwuma na party no yenzo e ma government no enti sa na akwakoye enti party ni say
okay
so party ni say enti party na ahode no so ena watimi a compel government no say there be ye here elections ye be win see who is a political scientist a political party is formed to win government to win elections win elections there na way to win elections and effect change in the people's lives. So win elections you will never get the chance to implement your policy until you have to win elections. Now say, be catch row, all form the catch say na now so untia. Now, one my government now is too strong. So government is too stronger. Not just say, oh yeah, you are the party and you are the government. And so we are government ka policy and ka and no ehun sunsanso no ene ko baaye so nti na fe na party no kura say entimi nyina adwuma party no entimi nyina adwuma
but before that but say we know the blame should be left to Nanado no na cause this terrible the
legacy where the legacy yeah okay
I say we a bad legacy
enye kura enye what say
it is the worst performance of MPP Meboa.
Yes. But I will say NDC for so more jubilate so much because and yet omamuni nyina na tomo omkrofo na tomo omkrofo na tomo and your mamuni nyina na tomo omkrofo na tomo and is a wo ye bi na some say your mandate the figures shows that you have the mandate. But if you go inside the figures and your mandate representation because it's a 2-point-something million of MPP for Antoaba. That is not a strong mandate you can jubilate.
How about new voters also? Because if you are saying, say, NDC original voters, new voters, and Kwalana did 18 years, almost where are they captured?
Yeah. I mentioned where you be. You need MPP for Nekasa. Say, oh, friend, you know, Mokasa, Zomunti, Tony. And I catch you say, free SHS was litigated 4 years ago. And yet,
okay.
Free SHS. Now, Oka say inflation is a free SHS. Oka interest rate is a free SHS. Oka your friend say a GDP wants is a free SHS. Yeah. Oka hospital if ya. Oka go physicals near here wapumudia. Your friend BB complete metabolic panel. And your friend BB basic metabolic panel. Complete, you know, you're running near here A1C, near here cholesterol, near here potassium, near here BM. So, interest rate, you know, quite is a cholesterol. And then, Ojadini also a couple of rural bank 5,000. And see who bet you I say. A jadi force in the crew economy. A jadi for in the crew economy. And it's no bank yet, no yancy who, none see who does. Na say obisa say Ojadini be beside say, na say me ye mama who and I say me mama buy and I'm me mama bank. So, meanwhile, MPP, my focal point, I'm the bar power in say economy no. And then Dr. Baumia. And now what can I say digitization? Who can I say free SHS? Who can I say free SHS? And see that Niamu device and Babema a month for him high on. That's the same that him.
Okay. So they were disconnected from the people.
Cry! A honor and a honor party in the Bemuno. A honor party in the say, Debbie, any awful. You go back to the basis. Now go for omusu. So omusu. Also there baby original now digitization. What can I say this digitization, free SHS, free SHS. So now about to in 4 years ago, I talk about another and no crap on how tight it was. Yeah, what can I say 1.2 million for free SHS? Sending 1.2 million sanka it me
you know almost 5.4 in total so far 5.4
sending sanka it me nana MPP for kakra bi it me nana ko Dr. Baumia ko finishing zone get me and I were he oh
but did you expect this level of as a disgraceful defeat the parliamentary seat? I want to better Dr. Don Fede Ekohono any other this because national presidential numbers and they said Dr. Don Fede Kano Osha Mahama vote 3,000 but did you expect this level of just people could not even make 90 seats in parliament?
The same
MPs almost chief whip before almost stop it transition. Did you expect this level of a performance?
If you sank you come back and a month ago me by have a camp MPP election a parliamentary no me can say a DN and a MPP for aye our constituencies now lose ye now man and this in a DN on my yet to recapture maybe that's our question we no it is a wunya bibia make so show ya so I said and now see MPP for etoto empany for mini bi kasa empany for our national headquarters ministers I want to talk data ma boys no say munko prof no ba munko nam ko di natem ni abehoro saa enso no nka banyansafo de nka ne yeken uni me efia uni me uni se medi ade akira hye enye ne etika kan betie kakra na nka ne sebe ejimi se ma meken kamo de ayedwuma enso da bi ombe make say se on go Facebook horo me saa enso ne me kan ye nyina san ko betie ya enka bem omonya hwe wo sa constituency si bia bia o enti se wonya hwe ya you don't go and try to seek your friend say to capture
recapture
no I was say we bibi na bibi na so obeye no e was say party ni na bua wo
okay
party ni so resources ni sa if it's a buy no wo so no emphasize resources ni ma party no enti na ho odin wo fom and no asema make ne fare ba nyina ne sa asema make kire wo
just o na resources ni akwa ko di jubilee enko party o
there be enye ema fom enti party members no kwa wo ni mo ye party members and so obiti baby a or the blame mema na Justin Kodua any intim time so na yenya big defeat they are forgetting say they don't generate money. It's the government that gives them the money. The party doesn't have the money, and that was the kind of reformer Kwabena Japan nanka ohwehwe because sawoba abrochire enye government and a party no ye wo caucus
and a government
and a government
okay well
yes so and and his party na aye ma reduce party no to your friend say enkrofo be miensa bi na mo bom football so how do you expect them to support the parliamentary candidates?
Okay.
And no say parliamentary candidate no okono ko pa cha wo government say mesrem me here we also get the other way around.
Okay. Prof, me pata to bobe we dey minim say wo say wo koba me pacho ma me time kakra me sere wa because me pese I the Alan factor because now no they no can the Alan factor and the fact about me a non-acting candidate say be yi but me pese
Mamen komra any prof don't think mamen komra because e ho say can ho ase me sere
ba wo ko be time then
Mesaba man 45 man 30 minutes.
Mpacho any me sere wa 30 minutes exactly me pacho pa we dey
Mesaba
you have to answer the Alan question because Alan dey how can you key but also that senior statistics show even check that your more vote Alan so what happened
Mesaba
2.6 million for man kotwa ma Alan you know ntim pacho pa why me sere
Mesaba
yo enti problem for me sambra o hobi eni ehwe you know still I be more say yam on pacho ni ade ba you free honey for parliamentary seats but on the presidential no 2.6 million no man to how do we conclude so many MPP for
mami enye yemu modena yesremu a uze Ghana ha mami asana me komani mami mo papa ya baso wo mu se waso wonye research bi about ninso bibi ba all kan so bibi me research report na bo say wo mu say ya
okay
I say he has fair idea about Ghana and that is very good.
What journalist Ghana san okochira dey wa broche nti no.
Okay, yeah, most of the things he has said, most of them are in my research report.
And the problem, what happened? Problem well, problem for you're trying to the camera and then no more you doom so man. Princess Party say she just came in. Into Princess Party, you're trying to comment I'll bet and they are but you better violence. Go for almost we are near my NDC for the subo MPP for MPP for be. I should have do more jim and no movie near man. Joseph Boad was if you say, oh, they say, NDC with hey, they be on my matter. Oh, be and Ed Mepo say floating voters now because the Prof Don Fair can just say 2.2 million or more MPP for but if you see floating voters now floating voters also and also Kofi can say Prof forget about those who didn't vote for us did not want to vote for MPP for either or also that's a mom because man to NDC for they still also didn't want to vote for MPP for NDC they vote na sefata no na na wanya no problem for now can also come back to numbers
na me kakra say me training education na me nya na statistics na me sua no ya ema me de research amaye no since 2008 to date ne ma de sua no enkyere me say saa nsɛm a me free tete kan bi si ne no che say ebia amem ana o years am so I won't nya 100%. I'm not claiming that this time compared to 2016 2020 this time I didn't do well. If you compare my predictions of 2016 2020 and this one, you see that this one I didn't do well. But again, this is the one me year drop. It has never happened say every 2 years be an more further me year survey. So what I say now if if my na me madam for Dr. Zumensan and it's my sapon. You know more ekasa. Na me say I think say we need to the three of us. We am let's my sapon. Three of us let's meet. Let's pick all the data. Go deeper into it. Na Musa Dentina November 2023. Na MPP for so mon to aba. Na from April eba no mu change o ma so mo beto. Na ampa o manto. Because it's a very difficult question I can't answer. I don't have because we're training the paper 100. Who do ma from data number? Mobile so MPP are report because almost on to and that was November last year. Yeah, so yeah, be results in the same. Apple this year and change year. I say na you say but me I have say so at us.
It is in a research field officers information now. It didn't throw because last one now
the questions. Your question, you know, the complexity of the question to me are unrivaled.
Okay.
Because your questions here change here 2016, 2020, the issue here now, and no one issue. When you say we 18 and I shall say new dinkomo. Now what about that? 2016 to out to my wine, 2020 to be to my wine, and then see a cast of control by then I be just what trouble. And the parliamentary candidates, a day Anna Oshe will be one son what Obama. Presidential there, Sarkozy is none busa. And one they analyze ya point. This time around, we were assured said they will vote, even though until April, and what were videos, Macas asking me. So until April, I'm so on to Aban. Until April, I'm so on to Aban. Hello, Sister Via.
Oh, like you so wow.
Okay, until April, I'm so on to Aban. After April, ban, there be almost a don't be on casual mountain, I feel so much. A bit do November crowd, oh my hour, and what then. Ababu area John Damani Mama there so 47 44 abi 45 eti me ubusamia na me wa reach mu ma pase omo beto aba and ye koto ero ma anto so at the end of the last survey no the na aba out am ehun ni say 3 regions pa na apati the Ashanti ahafo embono me kan wo video so but surprisingly western region o ma anto central o ma anto east no ma anto and together with Ashanti, Bono, and I have none of my council want to know. So some regions where MPP telling vote, so on to about there, then MPP should lose. And that's exactly what happened. So Central for Toy, said no Macas, but Western Toy. And then the last survey, the catchers Ashanti, Bono, I have so on to know. And then comes out to general Toya, and can definitely and MPP would have won. And one that so we share. Apart now, they have regional basis. Never baby are now apart one. These regions they are making. These regions are made more body, including Greater Accra. I want to man talk about.
But recent never also can say Greater Accra with the MPP for close gap. But results now MPP don't man report or Greater Accra region. What happened?
Some catch us and MPP were 24 and these were 49. So okay, and the last but one. You see no more report and Sana
November Hello, Prof. Oh, yeah, Prof, they don't so happen. Hello, Prof. The doom so percentage Prof internet MIA. Because Prof is trying to explain the entire research in the said
Also, Ashanti region, me no come I did to MPP put 61. Also, this is a 66. That is Ashanti region, but Omo ya de che maybe survey. So what I say, the Ashanti region, Omo ya de che me survey results. But Central region, I make us one by when in Western or Omo support. Instead of American, you see, so what I say, it maybe say no make back. Because I find questions, no. Na mahu ahu say me question engineer and capture and maybe because first one catch on to aba November last year na ye nyina ye baseline so atoma na so masapon so ye ni baseline ye nyina ye hu say adena daniel ma fe do so mo beto ampa so manto enti ye chese your question no they were not robust enough to help us identify that complexity. It is our brain. We need to go and learn, and that's what I do all the time. We need to go and learn.
Okay. So then let me explain to me the parliamentary seats. No, this abysmal, shocking, disgraceful, unprecedented.
Omo we have 117 seats secure for not MPP winning at all cost.
117.
Last time I can't tell. But any presidential united, they did not vote for both presidential candidates because they didn't go to the polling station to vote.
Did your research show a reason why a man to be except Bakubi I would buy our chair concert? He said their props are smart up on the no. Did it show a reason why Uncle Fan to cry?
No, you busa almost say over to Abanos Debbie near Oma to Nebuza, the DNT Namosemonto. DNT Namosemonto. Yamene no correct me. Yenya issues baby Bomokaso Monto. Economy and my inflation as some my nema boy. That was the leading. So what I say, economy. Adeba na esaka one very unemployment issues. And on you to know, data disaggregation. I was a you to know, and na omokasafa unemployment some of where we school in Vienna in Vienna, on your demand. Me and Legon, we will need to be a match over the 10 years. Because the problem with Ghana is our economy. Google names is now we are useless economy. I won't say Jordan first says Ghanaian economy is useless. Our economy doesn't create job. What we will eat, the best, the ebedi, the ebefla, the kokrefi amanane. Oh yes, I mean, who did you be iron? You are creating jobs for the people there. It's not only Ghana. Me a visiting scholar to some of the universities in other African countries, Uganda, Sierra Leone, and all that. Maybe that's what is happening. We've all become import dependent economies. And to want to see a bit change the equation, you have factories, baby. Not toothpick. You call China near the dollar toothpick near the baby years. Are we serious people? So I just say this is where I see unemployment was an issue. That is an inflation across the world. These were the two main leading issues. That's why unemployment in the acquire you to nothing. So now Ufa MPP dia Oman control MPP my research amount. Me Dr. Uzume say na tama yehu say voter party November 2023 na yehu say I'm MPP a report no say the makers na ye data ni kire no. Ye koye qualitative ehu di enter because after no na omo so omo to aba 88% of those I'm now say 88 out of every 100 be omo so omo to aba. Now omo ye nkrofo a 2016 or 2020 omo to aba ni bi omo to ma wan MPP. That is a we because omo ye dey MPP for. So okay. Ma ye di e chire ko busa. Satem na nsam no doso. Omo beka ukwa Asante regional omo beka say post no ye di ni nyina ama achemfo. So what uko just a region bia na o asama o ka mintimi kan ni nyina mu. That region bia o reason why almost so one bread. So what I say ade aye pe nya omo kan so mbe yi kwan wa ha omo ba ye kwan na ama hospital na ese ye ne ekuro mu an na ese hospital ni si omo dia kosi kuro ba akon so nti ye se ye nto school bi ye ha na ese nke ba ama ensam ye do so bebrebe na e specific to every community it ye sad detail that you we e ma me ni ma yewura and Uzume nsa so what I say
yes tie no mo ntie MPP for ntie no mo ntie Ama fa nye adwuma.
Inframana nebo no, me nka so omo enti. Inframana nebo na no wode. Who share globally. You're Conservative Party. And one che Labour bebrebe UK 4th July elections on motorway. Now share votes are Conservatives nyae. I mean 400 and say was it Labour won a significant majority, securing 412 seats.
But some Americans so conservative for us what we knew. You know Republicans.
Me ba what my menka we my men farmer no see wa. I'm conservatives is the biggest political party on the town winning elections and our performance 4th July was the worst in the history of that political party. That was the worst. Seats say they lost 251 seats and they won only 121 seats. And this performance now and the worst in the history of that political party. Oko France, ruling party didn't win. So what I say, US, the ruling, would have forget about the political ideology. The ruling political parties, over 85% of them since 2022.
Around this time, no, the pressure is on you.
85% analysis. 85% of all ruling parties lost because we see ISA last year. I was a delegate to an IMF World Bank annual meeting. 191 countries that came on. You never go back as an economy. So what I say? Who at US or yes, and you want to 22 more. They are much rubber. Eti obia wayati mamuni there. One fire. I mean Russia of Ukraine. On fire bibia do ni man say abane na ede. Wanye ni ye petrol go na ti say yatum ena mekofa car yatum we aye ni say it is abana ye na me ho chire me a emo bag na me ton 100 cedis ena me kobusa ye say 800 cedis. So what I say market ya so ameje abana ntumu ema the ema nim cost abana kura cannot increase it. So what I say abana ntumu esa kobasa na e de ho chire ma me enti emo ana me die no ena me ntimi nto ebia meto gari na me de akamo e basa na me life no the quality of life no comes down.
Okay.
That is what they were looking at, and it's not only Ghana. When the wind that was blowing on, me catch you say, me say my dika cat was me I didn't know will be NDC first man na me yomo research. Also na me cat was say, omo dey come for the 3,000. People say no more 2020 because we lose. They never pay the remaining. Me adwuma na mo bia. You vice president kwa me call in check. Me call in check. I go catch say vote about. Yeah, Baumia. After November time, no, many times I catch November. With a member more than the November results not break.
Okay,
and you know the buy.
Okay, very well.
And now, if you no change your margin so better. That's what man to. Saturday we no me as a researcher, me confident me the me who no, and I may ba abeka and when I go data, I mean to me change to a suit party or party B. I always will make it I'm clear as it should be. So what
the expectation for NDC. 120 policy about
from my way about send me MPP for penny franca. I will tread cautiously in trying to apportion blame for now because I'm from an and sometimes it's not so much somebody didn't do what was right. So what I say, and from my way in the bus a boa, other a boca NDC 1 million, almost 1 million votes on the boy. And now I can't remember the 1.7 million. Why I understand the Bebono? You better you. So what I say, and from my boss, because the Ghanaian economy, I buy anywhere beba within 4 years, 8 years, so wait me I the Ghana for pay. I'm sister, I'm a babu trip, I'm too quiet. Get me who be Ghana for only hard working. Over Ghana, you don't see that. Your percent and Kayana Hona abai and a one on Samuyan as a lecturer. And yet teaching apart from some child, I am scan. Me research, me Numa Bebeka. Dear me, you said the Bay, the Mamaka, because I make us say, because I'm in Uganda, I'm in Kenya, I'm Sierra Leone, I'm in Minifan. Me, yes, I said, be a Minyaka crack. Nipa bi o ade bia abai. The economy is a small open market economy. You cannot
say, but I think I like the point now making. Say at this point, everybody for me, no man blame me. Now man blame me party executive. That's the point I'm making.
Slow down. Slow down. Say when a blow, you know, almost every 8 years, you hear a bubble. Actually, say Sabre and these ones almost so a promise. Now, many anaka domo can in Abem. And so, unfortunately, as an economist, we share ya more than I would the next year by this time. You be at the Yakasa.
In fact, you know what I say.
And one be mama. Omo 10 years. Me one koda amacho the masters holders. Machiro omo puta masters over 10 years in omo nya adwuma. It omo na am de omo kofi.
Hello, Doc. Hello, Doc. Doc, camera no edum. It's obeso camera na my ya. Or Doc can kasa admit say nkola no cho made na kasa bebenye. This unemployment is one of the key reasons why I buy no losing. But one of the points that he's making is every people we no man blame you because 8 years be as I'm from an airborne no be ball Ghana. Problem for so
yeah, any crowd there. I feel from an sister here. The man here who say global economic turmoil no. It really hit us hard.
Okay.
We are West African countries are Haiti, Omupa, Nigeria, Ghana. Ghana before the crisis, $1 was 6 cities, 20 pesos. 2022. During the year October, it could do 17 cities, $1. Nigeria before the crisis, $1 was 360 naira. Ekoya na say me 1,600 naira na the budget. I mean $1. I don't know whether it has changed. That was about a month ago.
Okay, Prof internet and I don't know why. Hello, Prof. I need a Prof internet. I don't know why I need a merry-go-round. But Kingsley, my memory about when this more we need more time reclaiming. I think I know so. Prof predicted what some reclaiming. Prof internet not to quarantine. Me sound baby. But I come we need Hawaii. So congratulations to NDC for reclaiming. Or no be any say done the mobile we knew away. But also national no. How what do you think about NDC victory? Is it because Prof statistics is showing say NDC numbers now would be free 2020 no one or the American way about 100,000, 115,000. What happened? What did the NDC do?
Greetings to Prof. There were a lot of things that Prof Kanya Nanka Minyayanka. I was going to ask him because
very well, Pastor, go ahead.
Yeah, I can say at some point, he said that they did a qualitative study and then they followed up. My question was supposed to be that was it a follow-up was a qual or a quant? That was one. And then the other thing now, so I say the CD dollar rate as at 2022, $6. Prof, I think that the CD started up to the 3rd of January at $6. 20 pesos, but it's 6 Ghana cedis, 15 pesos, but it ended up by November ending at 14. So the average was hovering around 9-10. So again, I think that it would be a little bit misleading to say to the people of Ghana, say the dollar in 2022 was 6 cedis. I completely disagree with that. And I don't know if I can proceed from there.
Yeah, hello. Me say at the beginning of the year. Kingsley.
Yes.
We say at the beginning of the year 2022, $1 was 6 cedis, 20 pesos.
Okay, I agree.
October, how baby, no, it could do 17 cedis. And Sana,
fantastic. Now, that the first part, was it a qual or it's a qual quant?
Quantitative. And you say you're a don't money, mama. Over 50. Baumia was struggling with 30 something. Many of you as a data. That was November 2023. Now, no, na ebusa question me nubi. 2016 abano uturi. Was a uturi a party ben automan. Na was a party A. Sa party no your party was a ani. Oh, with the bakubi ne ma metomano. Ebusa busa. Na 2020 so. Now no na make say Yewie ya ye cross tabulations. Na ehun say nipa na omo yo madu so omo nto aba no. Satem na apathy ni wo so pa say de ehun yi. Sa nkrofo no 88 out of every 100. Eto aba 2016 2018 omo to ma MPP. As a NDC Oma na omo problem no na 3% cry. That is omo de apathy na nye dey ha wo. Enti that's what we and no na you say yeah MPP no, and this one it was an MPP sponsored survey. And until no almost ama is say yeah yam kon yam ko busa omo crop on it enti na dey omo nto aba. That is when we did the qualitative.
Okay, fantastic.
And then we were entering almost all communities. We went to all constituencies and communities, engaged the stakeholders. And make us not issues na your community specific.
Okay.
Okay. As a hospital, we cry, there's a crewman on BC, no, the choir.
Okay.
The crewman. So, school you must see me come and tell me. Abomosu, ABC ho, fe. Obakon kwabe na the BC ho. Nti kwabe for ada na ye na ye district capital. Now they are going to see Abomosu. So how would they make it? And those specific issues, they are not there. Your community specific issues now.
I'm excited. I only push for that because again, for me, I'm a data person. I statistics now. If you're not himself, statistics now.
School America.
And then we did a lot of quality. We did a lot of qualitative study. So I've done a lot of analysis with in vivo and all of that stuff. And of course, I've done the work with SARS and all of that. So we've done a lot of things in that area. But then it's interesting. And a lot of things that you said are very nice. But unfortunately, Prof, you see, I understand the thing about, for example, in the United States, when you say, the wind that was blowing it blows. I get it that almost every sitting government was losing. But for example, in the United States, Senate, for example, Democrats are doing 47 seats versus GOP 53 seats. In the House of Representatives, Democrats were doing 215 versus 220 seats. So again, my point here is that yes, I understand the thing about incumbency and how many of them are failing. But no.
General way, no. Okay. So what did NDC do? Their strategy, their portion,
fantastic.
Portion, I'm going to because the other 8 years behind who said that you change.
For example,
is it 8 years energy, no? And I said there was something special NDC did.
There is a lot of things NDC did that was special. For example, if you talk about soccer, I'm going to use crude language. You talk about soccer. Sometimes you don't have to necessarily play to win. Sometimes you just have to play for your opponent to play nonsense. And in these elections, NDC forced MEP to play nonsense. You see, and I can give you one example. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to go into deep. But for example, when we were doing registration, okay, I don't want to go into details. So look at the work MPC did in the Ashanti region and look at the work MPP did in Ashanti region. MPP thought in Ashanti region, say, during the registration, we got this. So we don't need to, we got this in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So like, they don't need to put that there. And NDC was like, yeah, you got it. We don't need to work there. Do you understand what I just said? What I just said is that
said they were in a comfortable lead.
They got it. So we don't have to get anybody out to register because again, we cannot guarantee that they will vote for us. If there is anything the NDC will enjoy in Ashanti region, will be voter party. So why are you going to force the people to go and register? Why would you want to go and do work there? So go and work in the areas where you know. So there is some guarantee that you will get them to come out and vote. And so when you are thinking that you got it and you don't need to work so much there, we also left it for you that you got it. You don't need to, so you left it for you. So what the NDCs, and even in Ashanti region, we were very moderate. We said 30%, 35% would be great. Okay, we were very calculative in this whole process. So I'm saying that now, we do not believe that we cannot lay everything on the father people. For example, the dangerous thing that happened in Ashanti region, the ballot box papers that Yamin found. Yes, Miracle Abuaji said something, but it was pure silliness. Pure silly, full stop. You are saying, sir, Yamin, on video have discovered 500,000 ballot papers. A government is still sitting down. The house in which the ballot papers is still there. Building is still there. You are claiming it is the NDC that created all this nonsense.
Building no idea. Sad I no idea.
May say, why is the government stopping? Why would the government not? Why don't you drink go from? Someone himself, they know it is for the. Well, if it is for the opposition.
But did you identify that MPP 49?
If you see, there is. I can mention one or two things for you here. For example, in Medina, the Honorable Sosu got a call the night before elections that, hey, I am a Christian. This is the meeting we just went. As we speak right now, there are people here right now printing papers. These are the polling stations that we are going to snatch ballot boxes and swap them. So let your people be on the guard. And so people were positioned in those polling stations and they were on the guard. Honorable Sosu himself picked a phone and called the commander in Medina. And the commander said, no. That side is under Adenta. So call Adenta. He called Adenta and Adenta said, we got this. And then they came around. And so when the police came around, the boys that were supposed to do the swapping were moving around. So they kept moving all along. And whatever they were holding, they kept it. They never dropped it. They never dropped it. So I'm saying to you that this thing have happened several police stations in Ghana.
Your point is not time before Berium. They had the plans on Berium.
Absolutely. And the ballot papers that Yamin found were part of the plan again. And Dr. Obama wrote something fantastic and said, listen, guys, look at the number that the MPP beat the NDC with in Ashanti region. About 600, 700 votes. If you add that 500,000 to it, it is easy to cross 1 million. It is easy to cross 1 million. And so we don't necessarily agree that the people just chose not to vote. Yes, there are some people that didn't vote, but not at this magnitude. Now, and so that brings to the point, saying, that brings to the point that, was it really that we had inflated numbers from 2020? Such that the numbers in 2020 were not really known? Because again, we would have all known all of these things.
Okay, me 2 points. I say, okay.
Thank you. So we would have all known all of these things if we have allowed Madame Jean Mensa to testify and answer real questions that were going to be asked to her. But we all didn't find out because she was not allowed to defend the thesis she herself says she wrote, to defend the work she says she has done. For some reason, the Republic of Ghana protected her from defending her work. So we do not believe that the total number of people who voted in the last elections for the MPP was that number, and for the NDC was that number. And so if it is not that number, it is a number. We all don't know the number. So we cannot be basing our argument in 20
on that number, because on trust that number, let's say a genuine number. Okay,
exactly.
But it is not. Beyond that, if the more anticipated this number of seats or parliament, because
I said it
super majority in parliament. Super majority.
If you because I was coming here for an award, because you many work and what kind of Tonto.
No, the award. I think you said election collation and strategy, and I know you were every day. Yeah, I know because they are now cancer. I know there. Mine is double, quadruple work on that.
100%. But I also said, sir, we in our elections, our projections was 188 plus or minus 5.
Okay.
188 plus or minus 5. And we were clear, sir, the MPP was going to suffer. If you I said it to you, sir. We are hoping. I said something that you were not happy with. Later I explained, and then you said, I can remind you right now. I said, we are hoping that the MPP chooses Baumia. And the day they will choose Baumia, the election is done. And I make say it to be a 10 versus a 10. You didn't find that funny. And then you said I should think about it. And I explained, say,
because
no, it
of say they have for work on
right, exactly. And I said it to be a level playing field. And I told you that day, say, these are the things that were going to happen. And then you say, oh, okay, based on that explanation, you understood me. But we were sure. If let me tell you something. I'm sorry. But listen, Baumia was rewarded greatly by President Kufuor, bringing him into Bank of Ghana. Nanado rewarded him greatly by bringing him into vice president. Skipping him over the line to the front of MPP was not funny. Our people have served the party MPP for a very long time. Look, this would have been different if they brought Alama Chemante. I promise you that. We knew those figures long before. If they have brought Alama Chemante, this would have been Very difficult. This could have been a little bit more difficult.
So this loss should be blamed also squarely on the candidature of Bawumia.
Absolutely. No, that is not all. Then Bawumia handed us the second victory when he chose Napo. That was a done deal. Look, again, by choosing Napo, you don't choose a Kradonka, choose anybody else but Napo. Because you see what Kaya mean. If you're a cast, I'm serious. I grown it.
No, that was like a punchline for me. Like,
if you listen, look, you see, when the day that look at the way he was talking, to the extent that at the last end, do you remember? John Dramana me Lomo Teni, John Dramana. Look, the guy, nah. The moment you chose Napo, you are telling the people, say, don't vote for us because Napo was not a candidate. Napo was not. In every poll that we have done, if there was anything that was anybody that was formidable, indeed, even the past Pentecost leader was a better candidate. Even the
politics.
Indeed, of course, but I'm saying that even in the rankings, for far as we were concerned, was a better candidate. Is it Dr. Chum or so?
Education.
Way better. Okay, Napo was the deal sealer. Look, if the NDC had a quarter of the resources that the MPP had, the MPP would have got 50 seats. If the NDC had a quarter of the resources the MPP had, look, in Hokwe, for example, and I'm greetings to my people in Hokwe constituency. If in Hokwe, for example, doors were being knocked, done. Then the 50 Ghana tunes and the Bala paper tunes said this is the person to vote for. Like door to door, house to house. The question is that as we speak right now, Hokwe Ghana Water opens pipe once a week. Hokwe, not Accra, if here. Once a week. If Amewu have put that money together, he could have bought one pump.
Yeah.
The road to Hokwe is horrible. Oh, let's not. No, it's not true. I'm saying the roads to Hokwe, the township road, the township road of Hokwe were done under the NDC with funding from abroad under the leadership of the former PC who was a DC at the time.
Because I saw some of the road construction that you have done.
By the way, let's even pretend for a second. Say MPP road be. If you and I know this assembly does roads, a minister doesn't do roads. You understand? I can tell you for a fact, one of the things Amewu did give the people of Hokwe, almost every house, like every house got 2 street lights. Almost every house got 2 street lights. That part is a fact. But the problem is that before 2020, almost all of those street lights were working because they were all Chinese street lights, solar panels. All of them are dead now. And it became a standing iron that were not lightening. And you bring a standing iron to us. The lights were gone, but he was able to do most of those things when he was in the Ministry of Energy. And I say,
lands and forestry.
No, energy. There no.
Energy.
Yeah. So when he was at Energy, he had all the lights. So he literally brought the whole Volta region lights to Hokwe town. And even Lavanyo township, like poles, you can literally take like 5 steps and pole, side the step. In Fodome, for example, the street light of Ghana were in houses, And so if those things are erected days before election, and this person said, I did. Again, in that one, yes, obviously it is the energy minister. You give it to him. People got excited. People who did not have electricity saw light, and these lights were big street lights.
And why did they punish him this time?
Because he didn't do anything after that. He gave promises. He gave promises that he didn't deliver on. Look, the Eastern Corridor Road has been done all the way past Peve, Tafi, all the way Fume, Logba, and by the time you get close to the Verse, the Golokwati, the road is stopped. Then the most dangerous thing today, I will read the message to you. I will read the message to you in a minute. Even the Fodome road that we were using, which was a bad road, it's bad. bad road. You know what they have done now? Before the elections, they came and graded the road in an attempt to fool us again. That, okay, we are grading the road, we are going to done it, we are going to get it done. But this is what they did. There are bridges on the road. The road was this big. Look, the road was this big, okay? The road was this big. Now they've graded it this big. So the road was this big. They've graded it this big. But
and the
Debbie, when we bridges are when stones now that are in the middle of the road, that are at the end of the bridge. Now they've come to the middle of the road. So there is a lot of accident. Anybody who knows there's a lot of accident right now on Fodome Road because there is, so it can't be Bessia, there is dust and the road is widening up. So you would think, sir, there is a road there, but you're about to hit a big stone.
Yeah, I bet you proud.
And people are somersaulting
total votes. I think one of the polls said that MPP for better 15% in voter rate.
I'm about to read. Yeah, I'm about to read you a message. A message that was posted on a platform by the Deacon Godwin Fekponu. He said, attention to all motorists. The link from Fodome Helu to Hokwe is recording serious accidents of late as a result of the dusty nature of the road. Old coverts at the middle of the road with expanded side misleading drivers, which is not well set out with road signs. Drivers need to be careful, especially at night. The accident rate is high. Take care. People are worried because the MPP thought that they would. So again, I'm saying that you didn't do anything. The people of Okwe are not fools. But to add insult to injury, the people of Bimbla, where Amewu's father comes from, for some reason, they denied the NDC candidate from campaigning in that area.
Yeah, because Amewu Papa Trio.
Yes, they denied the NDC candidate. But guess what? The NDC candidate shipped Amewu in every single police station there. He didn't campaign there. You see, somehow the people of Okwe, they are so smart, eh? The people of Okwe know what they want. And if for nothing at all, let everybody come and campaign freely and let them go. They will take decisions from themselves. But when they force them to receive just one message, they will not take it lightly with you.
Okay.
So
but
many things went against them.
Let me ask you this question. It's a question that is begging a lot of people want answers to. Can you confidently say this is there will, because this kind of victory where man for Bebrayam Shishom, although Unyama Professor Jubio Utu Jamecha predicted say of last month, November, he said the Etoaba NDC will win hands down. And he itemized a number of reasons, which includes one of the things I work as a Baumia candidate and or not akan and or Christians no accounts don't pen. So some of those things he said, but most of my be here to because as a parliamentary seat sweeping we haven't seen this kind of, not even under Rollins 92. We are 92, there's so many so much, but even this sweeping victory. Didn't you have even a scheme at the parliamentary level? People said Moshe they intimidate MPP supporters so that they won't come.
If you are, for example, before I go to that, whether UEMO or not UEMO, you remember, for example, like one of the Napo statements was that if a Muslim votes for the Muhammad is haram. Like when you go and make a statement like that to the people, like you are insulting them, and people got angry. But let's get to the matter at hand. If you see, the people of the NDC have recognized some time back that to win elections in Ghana, if you are dependent on stealing the ballot, it will become very, very, very difficult for you to win elections very quickly. And we genuinely believe that if you just work hard and you just stay honest to the people of Ghana, you can win elections without rigging the elections. You see, look at everything that has happened so far. The NPP have accused the NDC of rigging elections several times. How many times have the NDC accused the NPP of rigging? We have stopped them. But again, the last election, we accused the EC, not the NPP. So again, it was the EC that helped the NPP to rig 2020. It wasn't the MPP. No. If you see, because you see, why wouldn't him say? I posted some things during the declaration. Before Jean Mensa said, "Congratulations, sir, it is finished." We posted so much. Look, Jean Mensa was brought in, so far as we were concerned, by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in our mind, to do his bidding. He brought in Bossman, who made uncomplimented statements about the NDC. He brought in the guy from the T-Poly or whatever it is, Professor then I'm your friend now, or Tescon patron now.
So after this sweeping victory, do you still NDC still maintain say J Mensah easy for have an agenda against you people, even after this sweeping victory?
If the question is this: how much more will the NDC have won if these ECs were not so biased? That is the real question.
But is it realistic to say that come to me winning Ghana? Really?
Did you see the Bantama results?
But before winning.
Yes, but did you see when? Did you see it?
I've not seen the specific ones. I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, check the Bantama result. And if you watch Bantama result, but what's someone who Eastern region here? Did you see the Eastern region? Okay, so if you see Eastern region, mind you, these are the two guaranteed votes for MPP. Eastern and Ashanti. That's the Eastern. We are doing 40-something%. Ashanti, we are doing 40-something%. You really think that we were not confident that
Ashanti 33, which was very good.
Well, we will take it. Eastern, we were doing about 40 in Eastern region. So I'm saying that there is nothing that make us at right now. We genuinely believe, sir, we should be doing 190 easy.
190 seats.
Easy. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you another thing. The
dynamical problem.
Sorry, Prof. If you are who can say 47 MPs spoke to the president of Ghana and said, "Say, sack your cousin, Furiata, now." If you, how many of those people won their seats?
How many of those people
who spoke against Furiata won their seats? Do you know that, again, we don't necessarily mention it because of the way you are sometimes. Do you know that there were calculated efforts from the seat of government to make sure that any of those people who stood against the president of Akufo-Addo to fire Furiata don't win their primaries first? And those who won their primaries, almost all of them had parliamentary candidates that were going independent, and NDC passed and picked the seats. So I'm saying to you that the people themselves were shooting themselves. They were killing themselves already for us.
They were fighting.
Because people spoke and said that Furiata was bad news. Because of that, they became enemy and targets to the presidency. And because of that, they made sure they lost their primaries. And those who won their primaries, they made sure that there were independent candidates in those seats to make sure that they fought them against them.
Well,
and in many of those cases, they consider the seat.
Because if that is true, and this is the results that they've gotten. But I'm Prof, predicted the Kingsley kind about, and Kingsley has confirmed the whole kind. Said the fact that is not a can, because in say ethnicity can elections votes no, whether we like it or not, as much as we want to deny it, the reality of the data is that I can't. And Kingsley is confirmed. He said, I think before Chusu Napo, almost cover about me. Everybody almost started the winning agenda of NDC, and then when they even added Napo cried, NDC sealed. What do you think about the Kingsley can?
I'm say about.
I'll probably tell.
What me? I know it's what me too on mic. Me mic.
Me tell. Kingsley, I me tell.
3 months ago. Omuchusu na pono. Me ba ofidie so be kan. Ye be assessment bi. And I make can say. Na minim say MPP will choose somebody who was widely known. Okay, widely known as in you call Upper East, baby. And you call interviews again. Many clients, investment, and you whom Samia Oku, ne poster ne boho since time anasami a uku running as a youth organizer meboa so a youth organizer inti yene nkrofo di nkomo no they know him ye choose napoi ye call the same place eko bisa no so we have never even seen him before. We see him on TV, but yeah, we see him on TV, but we don't know him. So, what the people and may all kind of maybe show you some analysis. Say, Napo, the choice, you know, minim. What was it to satisfy? But MWA MPP, because Ashanti region, Hokrana, Napo is not even known in Agogo. Because ne banner be any ho, ne poster be any ho, on ko any campaign that. In Tinami Fisa Kombe Tusu, one of the guys are running for party elections. Ewo a MPP num. What thought 275 constituencies, you know. Because obi enim no, ewo sa constituency no. The reason why I make cancer and say this time round, you don't have Kufuor running. You don't have Akufo-Addo running. Okay? These are people who are on my running system, not share. And they have been to all these places several times. So, their name itself pushes votes. Okay? Name no pushes vote. Bawumia and Rane. He has never been on the ballot before. The ultimate. It is a pair Bawumia to Obia. Why Odimeter? I also pair Bawumia with somebody who is widely known across the country.
Okay.
So the bear, I never balance skills, never balance. So, and this is you started Fourth Republic. This is the first time MPP. Pushing a candidate who is not a grassroots candidate.
Okay, that is Bawumia.
Yes, this is the first time. MPP.
So you agree with Elikem? Chris the Elikem said, "Sanka Alan Baya." Because he's saying that Alan would have even made this year difficult. You agree with that assertion?
You see, there again, Alan has done this. What him say? You na even Samia ku banana. Yeko wa Alan picture. Esusu wo. Alan running on it. If it's Akufo-Addo running 2006 as a day.
2007 primaries.
7. Na ne banner boho.
From 2007, no.
Missing the banner boho.
I see.
Upper West. You Samia ku dey Upper East. Man ko say me kwa research. Man ko say me kwa politics. Na me clients na from US and I investment. Cashews and events share banner. And me far who me interviews. They know these people. And they are widely known. And if Sanka strategies be and no more Kasana say, look, this is the first time since the Fourth Republic. I fielded candidate on your widely known. Because before I said Kufuor, you find into ballot. Hey, Kufuor, everybody were free since a time. Akufo-Addo, how many times now or running for you?
Okay.
Wow.
Comparatively, in some conforming now a grassroots people, but Bawumia is not a grassroots person.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He has never been on the ballot. He has never been. Akufo-Addo and Kufuor have been on the ballot. And as Akufo, you know, some time ago, me time I'm a journalist those days. You call a year ewa constituency chairman be Bawiye. Kufuor Baho. What do you say Kufuor whom constituency secretary Oboni the first name?
Oh yeah, President Kufuor there. Oh yeah.
Oboni first name.
Yeah.
That should tell you say Akwawe and your net. Odi ade na chia check. And the system ni nyina onim system no all consistency be onim. Akufo the same thing. Bawumia cannot say that. So a bit more amabedi chairman, any constituency executives near the district ward executive, Oma retire kwano, unimum. Omo unimum ni omo waso. But party no, it goes beyond and then you
Okay.
because executives be a ba and sana we moba. So and think strategy no. I was saying come timi nya botre. Nanka me na make say, who say me start here make say nim consideration na. Ye defa napo. But as a consideration was to war the Asante vote to the air. And then a flawed.
Yeah. At least the result shows that they're flawed. Yeah.
A flawed because Napo Nankasano. I was able to test it in the popularity. Oh, Kumasi Honankasa, Kumasi one. You need some test it, or some test it. In advertising, you put fillers out. As I make a advertising 1999, my professor.
Yeah. You test
put fillers out to see say, hey, I deal with product you best sell now. So did they do that? And I said, some friends say, oh, and Asante phone be vote, Asante phone name Asante phone be vote. A DN and now Kufuado and as a banner ye was Ashanti regional. A friend say candidate, you know, a bit me a ginaso. And they say, okay, may they sell a message, you know. In any case, you know, and yeah, Ashanti region, you are also looking for a national appeal. And think of some come sir, testing you know, about the whole region and in the whole country. No one say, okay, this is the first time you did a non-grassroots person putting up on the ballot. How do we put this person who is also or is not known across the country on the ballot? Me patch say
non-grassroots people. Technically, Napoli Baumia grassroots people.
So Napo is not a grassroots because or a MPP or a parliamentary candidate from some time ago. So Napono has stood elections and won. However, he stood elections in a stronghold where Udi Sebi Ebiakurasi or winning. So it doesn't mean say Napo ebetimia when go. Okay? So when you mention Napo no nyini ye. You can say omo ho nyina ye ebi eni nuanom the classmates and I adehye nkwa na gu ho. Odi ni wuyi ni free ho na de kwa agogo. Ana se petiensa ana akonongo ana obogu a. Ebi obi eni kwa dim no ho.
Okay. Very well. But a problem moving in but Asante Atimago, I think independent candidates win here. Are you surprised at the independent candidates? A plus money are you surprised at them?
At all. I'm surprised.
But Asante Atimago, did you ever think say independent candidate may win you?
Yeah.
But I do pro.
When was that Asante Ajimone and a woman? I will be a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Asante Ajimone will be a woman. Number by a hospital administrator or hospital. In the whole night here. One said, dynamics are not a different kakra. One said, Minia Kojoba and an MP. So,
yeah.
And you go to your friend say, appear could go
Andy appear to be.
Kojoba, what tells him on him back on your Mecca. Now, Kojoba a campaigning seriously and vigorously for Dr. Baumia. But he wasn't campaigning for Ampia Kubi. So, and see, at Timemu for Sebi, Nyansa Wumuchim. A day and all campaigning for president. Not MP, I'll be copy in Puntu Abriano, won't campaigning for him. So,
internal rift Nibino.
Okay. And Okrabono, maybe an aqua, minim or Montep, baby and Aquana and Encasa.
Fine, Andy.
Ebiana Andy Niqua, a Kojabakra, and you're fine.
Okay.
So, and he said, sad dynamics we. And now, beginning of the show, Ubisa a Venice said, the party was weakened. Because our issues when should have been resolved way back
before elections. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very well. Very well.
Oko elections. Moko stand here. One when support no ni enko. Ochina na ye wadwuma yie. Wetimi aba. So Sa dey say bi koso bebre. Now bisa about Alan. The Alan factor. Inti mame say em say person ma if me nua bam.
Because don't for bam ha.
Inti the man brem.
Just a quick one on the Alan one, I'm a couple because he has shifted Mahama 120 points. One man target. Until we are going the night anything, we look at that doc because I have the document too.
Oh, say Alan factor no. A man for underestimating no. But it was real. Say Alan and I open floodgates for the friends say independent candidates no.
Oh, okay.
He opened the floodgate. He gave the independent candidates, some kind of vim to even defect from their events, normal parties and campaign. Because why winning? How many independent candidates since the Fourth Republic? How many independent candidates and are winning statistics in there. How many independent candidates are winning this year?
I don't. This is from how I Yakubu Muni. I have to check it.
My producer and check it. So Alan voter apathy na ye kan unsanka higher brochura nka fe ne nke be ko exit polls no ko hu the reasons why people voted but Ghana no untimi hu. But me I believe strongly say said ye chire super delegates congress omo chire no pa ejina homa Dr. Bawumia Oma open ade no anye transparent na Dr. Bawumia and go into a strict and stringent test. Not Jubilee House, FF, DCs, MPs, any ministers, moon vote to so way machinations are possible. So it vote to man.
Where's a miss?
Where's a means? So a hono and Osanka, MPP no, Samope Bawumia cry, and Kamoman got that strict test no. Now test it. Nepal say even within the cream de la cream, super delegates no crown. How does he stand? I hope no say no kodi. So sir. And I'm also call the main congress ho. And I'm kuma ken ekonya 30%. And see, that was the beginning of the doom. Because that was the beginning of the end.
That was the beginning, and then you are agreeing to the Kingsley can say those sequence, the sequence of events they can honor. The baby or almost.
If you election the omde man MPP for, omde man this for. Oh yeah, no doubt. MPP for they handed this on the silver platter to NDC straight. Obia Obeka said, "Oman famo mubia," and I just want to talk to the person. It was on so many levels. So many. And I was say, I was say MPP for and come where you and they say the person or the persona called Asidu Ketia. Yeah, can't if you sapa. I'm telling you. And I can't. Yes, and I can't political savviness. Me pese obi a onim no ehu ne say on book because see I take it from granted, but if you Asiedun Ketia can write a book and be a book for political science from level 1 up to level say 4 say 5 even for the whole Africa. Yes. Okay. Even for the whole Africa. Asiedun Ketia the party to be the strongest, we are not the government.
Okay.
Not President Mahama. But he made the party become the catapulted abino. And I am sure, say, even though President Mahama will still be a president, he will not have a say. Asiedun Ketia will make sure, say, the party is because the party reigns supreme. Candidate no beko, party no better stand. The party has to be winning elections.
So Kingsley Mahama will still be the leader of the party, but Kingsley, you have to learn from MPP4 because your friends you know by two individuals no be bigger than a year. But you go back to NDC. This is Mohammed's plan for 120 days. But don't tell me about one of my cookings the honor. This is Mohammed's first 120 days. On one man who target, and this is why this is going to give NDC pressure. I don't know why NDC putting itself under this pressure, but I think you're good to target, to give yourself your own target. When to me cry, if you're able to achieve most of them, I think they know. On one level, no they are winning, no winning pressure, also. So on 20 days of contract with the people. Number one is nominate within the first 14 days a complete list of cabinet ministers for approval. The first 14 days. That's why immediately we're putting in the transition team. No? Number two, constitute the leanest and most efficient government. Number three, establish a robust code of conduct. And Mahama has started before COVID 2016. Hold the national economic dialogue to discuss the state of the economy. Very necessary. Within the first 90 days, first 3 months, following draconian taxes, within the first 90 days, they will review taxes on vehicles near the commence drafting of legal amendment. I don't know, Professor, I don't know, what do you think about that, President Mama? Is it pressure on him? So no other man a year first saying 120 points in the first 40 days now. What do you think?
Miniaba, thank you very much. But quickly, let me my many few response. Oza makase offend the constituency be no a many more duma e Ghana. Me call time baby bi wa metimi kudi na oche wo. Na menu Kingsley e ka ame wo ho ya sem bi na. Ase me ne no nye adwen wo baby kakra na me pese me bringing it out. Ho ye constituency a Mamin can say Papaya I'm owning a Olusi the incumbent MP no na akunyana and sem fatal cry. The name and sem fatal is a ever a year almost predominantly NDC omo pepa na ade ekoko si ni yewura Papaya ye kanasemi no wabeye DC e wo krum oda amanfo penasempa yeah, I mean, global could be, I can't say Vili if I'm getting it right.
Vili, yeah, me former boss, I want to feel Vili. I want to
what's he does send my music and papa and flew. Now, first I call so ba na obedru ame ho ya. Gano, abontene, nkoda nyina penase. Very popular. Omu friend Johnny. Omu money dey honorable. Were very popular. And so now we were wrong political party. Nanya party I want na omu pe. Na dia come last you know winning ye nyina ye simple. And they say Arabia your friend no Professor Margaret Kweku. Sa Margaret Kweku na waye MC e wo hoda. On na ono no pension na 2016 year Mahama Mobre so asembisi ye no. A friend, is it B man? I'm sorry, I'm not able to mention the name.
Yeah, B. Traditional council.
Prof. One income before on Tokan. One income before on Tokan. Only say a rano and nam say ama odia mamere suntino. In a way, no when Timmy Moon and Namu animtia and now call her Muslims omodosopa. It's no per se. And cannot okabi ma wo mo maame no anye sa etina enkramofo ni nyina empeso no behu Margaret Kweku animu ahwekra so what I say enam sa abisile no mu kosi obi wa asie ya omu si BBC asie ya issue bi entina amankramofo no nyina mpana se again Margaret Kweku no so ye municipal chief executive da na wo ye municipal chief executive oni jom form anu ntokwa etina jom form anu so mpeno Ena the essa asem no kra ne say ono amu no so no woye ofiri guan aho baabi akire omu chia constituency no baabi a ofiri no omu say watena hohoy ene hohoy mi ko no fie nyina mini baabi a ne fie o e omu say watena hohoy ache enso so na onye ehoni woye omu chia new constituency no the new way you know the guan constituency or something no ehona
bue mana
Guan.
No, boy, me ben.
No, go on.
Guan, and not Guan 2020. Last thing is that, yeah.
Yeah.
I said one.
Enti ɛhɔ ɛna na maame ni fire enti wokɔ amahɔ yɛ mpanyimfoɔ no ankasa so no na bi koraa so nyɛ dɛ ɛmpɛ no enti wɔn sɛ aba no yɛto wie no 2016 no yɛwura John Dramani Mahama he won overwhelmingly obi ti Akufo-Addo fa Akufo-Addo didn't get anything or beating no cry but amanfoɔ no na wɔn to skirt and blouse sɛ dɛ yɛmpɛ ma dɛ kweku.
Okay, it's a problem. Point to this. I project
me yesterday be my amewu catch and say he's likely to be a 110% there because how your NDC stronghold. Now, Saturn no lights are street lights. They say Fefe the fit.
Yes, Bob Ninashi,
bro. Meka at the time. It will be so popular.
2020.
Make 2016 no. It will be very popular.
2020, Prof.
2020 no. Make 2020 no winning no. Will be very popular. So what I say. But
Prof.
Now I only your NDC stronghold. Yeah. So NDC normal candidate.
Prof Mebo. Oh, I assume. I think if you need to help him.
And I don't know. Say.
Prof, who use everywhere you go, Anna?
AMT one out there, Anna.
Prof,
normal candidate. MPP ni bia no betimi astande.
Prof wouldn't be. If I was supposed to tell you that I was a contestant with Margaret Kweku, so I know the place more than you. I have a house there.
Any other
I campaign for the candidate. But yeah, so
Abana Margaret Kweku win here no.
Yes. Oh, okay. I was there. Prof, you see, there were Ahosu.
Yeah, maybe spending the whole day.
Yeah, Dr. Ahosu, my brother TK Jimega, and then of course myself and Dimake and Co. We contested 6 candidates. Prof, there are a few things I will can now say you. It is correct. You are right. There are a lot of them. Please, you are right. But so again, Prof, and I kind of we know who did it, Prof. And you know, Prof, I have me feel. I am a candidate there, so I know. See, what I'm saying is, for example, Argentina, for this last elections, why is it that? Why is it that? If you what I was telling you earlier, 2 people were standing there. 2 people stood there the entire time. 2 people stood there the entire time, just waiting for whatever will come out of the house. And we know. Prof, I said, what we are talking about, Prof. You 2020, did you see the buses? This last time, did you see the buses? If you this bus now, 2020, no, or the VIP buses, 70 neba kromo. This last one. Thank you. And now, if you say Obi, and again, but so Obi, yes, I'm there. What do? Me, I have long memory. So if I know, say you bus people in 2020, what do? We also prepared for you. So we know you are going to bus again. What do we do to make sure, say, your busing doesn't affect us? We make sure that you carry NDC people for us. And you carried NDC people to the whole town, 2024.
Auntie Governor, I'm already this time. No one
NDC for. What for buy? You think that the work that was happening, the candidature of the NDC, Walanyo Chekbo, very intelligent politician. He knows what he is doing. Everybody around him, the chairman Newton Take, knows what he is doing. Everybody in the whole constituency, we know what we are doing. We were sharp, we were fast. There are things that you said about the candidature of Professor Margaret Kweku. True. We don't want to go into that now. It's water under the bridge. It was NDC's fault that Amewu won that seat. I agree with you. Somebody said, "Say, what is a swing seat?" It is not. It's a mistake. Accident happened in 2020.
I just swing seat. How are they swing seat?
It cannot be. It's our seat.
How are they swing seat?
Yeah, but every now can know from the bleed there you come down the blady photo me all that be he's not popular there. Yeah, we beat him badly in that area. The bunu poto front and back. You know what to. Well, so if you wouldn't some of the pictures now who know of me no that was in the night 12 midnight we were there campaigning 12 midnight now so where was he 12 midnight now
where
was he? The candidate look at some point and I was feeling bad for our candidate. The guy was tired. The guy worked hard. He was tired even talking. Look, I ask him
but I say you make sure say person making sure say who will lose and lose miserably.
We wanted him to get less than 10%. What are you? And by the way, Prof, are you aware that Amewu was an NDC member? He was an NDC member. He contested for parliament.
Yes, I know that.
He got beaten and then he departed. So again, So the if you ask our
research what the constituency be asamba metimi akebi onse papa ofiri onse ma America no meboa this be a crowd ye na tepa constituency bia menamu eti asam no uwie na wo kamboma you may not get all right
but
yes
onse ofiri wo
because I want us to talk about the violence. So for instance, and this is a young one for Omokoshe party office. Before next year, this one the people who were arrested. Only NDC for police for police for Ghana police service they buy here. This is suspect. They were even wearing NDC t-shirts.
Oh, that NDC t-shirt.
And because Terry, me and Madam for Nana, Terry Nana, when we need I to and there are countless other places are also Basabasaya, a senior, there people are saying, no, it shouldn't have happened like that. Kids, the moment one call them on Crawford to order and at least to tell them to stay clear of these things.
If you made the video, send the video me, you saw the people who are stealing. You saw the I sent it to you in the afternoon.
And right,
yes. And see, I knew said we may get to that point, and this is something we need to talk about. MPP before no be brave, and area we are MPP before no be brave, ransacking things. Look, just like Freddie Blaze said in 2020. Or 2016, sometimes, and that is why if you watch one of the videos, I feel over to me and I said, "Oh, if you watch one of them, Guy Nika said these are the reasons why the NDC, some of them have to go and take over to protect the things. Look, by the way, and in 2016,
but is that our job, citizens? And your job, the police are there. Yours is to report to the police on the.
If you have played the two videos, at least play the last one, the one that the Chinese members.
I'm transferring it.
When you see it, you ask yourself, say, how is it? And you see, these are the things that should tell you the reason why the NDP should lose. It tells you how lawless our country is, that even foreigners, Chinese, the videos that I sent you, the second one.
Pakistan,
Nanipayako Assembly. I could fire a whole machine. Look at the machine. Look at the whole grader now. I could fire or the coffee. That it tells you that Danado was just an authorist leader in the country doing absolutely nothing.
Kisley, how are you saying say MPP for and NDC? Because from all the records that came initially, they had NDC for and they were demanding and they were Ghana got more. Because the initial videos it was NDC supporters who were making demands.
If you have played the video, the videos I sent.
Me play, but that's what I'm saying. I just want to say, are you saying that NDC don't cry? Why would people say that they've told their people to calm down? Why would they say, don't even say that they've told their people, say, enough of the celebration, they have work to do.
Fantastic. You are right. The General Secretary, Fiavi said that enough of the celebration. Now, let's focus on the work. Our chairman, General Mosquito said, enough of the celebration. Let's not do that. Our leader, the president-elect, John Dramani Mahama, said, look, let us celebrate in decorum. Let us not do this. So again, we, the people, look, at least you can mention Sami Jemfi, everybody, every leadership in the NDC. And by the way, our people listen to our leadership. We listen to our leadership. How many people did you
hear? But this was after the initial attacks. No, call Ghana Gas. I didn't know. Who him say? All these calls came after the party has seen. Say, I want to be boys here. Me what?
The American say. Did you hear Nanado in 2016 or 2024 calling anybody into order? President of the land. President of the land. By now, president of the land should speak and give. You see, the time he was releasing the military at the wrong time. The time he was releasing the military, it's about time. This is the time to release the military. This is the time that the leadership must be shown. Has the president of the land said anything at all? I am telling you, the general secretary of the NDC spoke, the chairman of the NDC spoke, the communication director spoke, the president-elect spoke. Everybody in the NDC leadership has spoken.
So you expect Nanado to at least make a comment and say. But I don't want to
No. If what is wrong with the president saying that the people of Ghana, elections have happened? I respect your verdict. Please, let us not do this. This is our country. We have only one Ghana. What is wrong with the president saying that?
Okay.
Will anybody be angry with the president for saying that to us? Nobody. You don't necessarily have to go down the road that he did before the election. I will not hand over. That was. I mean, you don't have to go down that hole anymore. The people are speaking to you that clearly they own the mandate. So speak to the people of Ghana. The president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is still in office until almost a month to come, 7th of January that he will, 6th of January that he will not be. Morning of 7th of January, hand over nicely, beautifully. So again, we need a leadership of the country to speak. We cannot continue to depend. Say again, I'm hoping, say, you'll be able to load this video up.
No, this I've loaded it.
Okay, play any of them. Yes. No, the one I sent you.
I think you sent me this and
no, the one. The one I sent you.
Hang on, okay, let me play it again. Okay. So, but you all the president should bring the military in. But is it not NDC that elections in Bomo say the military should stay away from police stations?
No.
So now I hear Ghana forces funny people who say, I'm not police station. Why are we inviting them now that there's chaos?
No, if you see, what is happening in some of the places that you are talking about is crime. Fighting crime is different from dealing with elections. I'm saying that the president has a right. For example, if there is flood right now, are you going to say, I'm not going to release NADMO or military because the election is happening? No, there is flood. Deal with it. There is something happening in your country right now. Let us not be blinded to it. For again, the same thing happened in 2016. And you had John Dramani Mahama, the sitting president at the time, call on the people of the NPP and call on the people of Ghana to be decorous. And we heard what Freddie Blaise said, the chairman at the time of the NPP. We heard what he said clearly. But the president, John Dramani Mahama, said, listen, guys, yes, I've given up. Yes, I've said I have conceded. Look, let's not do this to our country. Let us be calm. And he spoke. So let the president of the land speak. There is nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Very well. Martin the Kingsley so can I say, almost expected the president Beba Bekasa. At least to calm tempers down. Let me see this video. This is one of this is Tamale. I think this was somebody says Tamale. And and they were saying NDC supporters Nana Omobo and Kofo. But let me show you the other one that Kingsley can was including foreigners almost Omodi Omoajim. They say they are quite full blown akonfo Edu Omoajim almost. Say omunya omo digital obi ehun say enema akosunti no ene ono so fa ho no okowie bia obi a ma meche no obehu no na say
just 50 seconds just boy
no I've seen it I feel me
breaking news Enkwanta South constituency omo be form machines ni bi ko enti a kire omo machines ni ni MP4 omo beta machine eko enti machines ni ya chi machine that man ya return no back to assemble when the man for take you over no they say machines government there after the moment before machines ni somebody call what do you mean why you study the machine for is machine for you It's machine for you. It's machine for you. It's a machine for you. It's machine for government. Why are you taking it?
Why are you taking it?
Why are you taking it?
Who asked you to come and take out the premise?
Who asked you to take it?
And please, the video, I don't know why they are saying MPP because clearly only a foreigners. So what you're saying MPP now?
How can this foreigners?
Granted, but video doesn't show us A and B and a C. So why are you concluding a MPP?
If you, by the way, load the second one as well if possible. But then, whilst I talk, if you see this is you heard the guy say again. I don't agree, and I don't think anybody here agree with that. But you heard him say, "Way na ama for person will take you over." No, way na, because you see, if they didn't catch this guy, look at the grader, look at the beautiful machine that belongs to Ghana government. Say Pakistani or say Chinese or say Indian new or the coffee. And before you know it, number so we want them to go. Now they call. This millions of dollars thing. Now Obidia call. Play the second one, and you see, say, say, I was sitting with this commander in the police office, and they called me that they were loading Agenda 111 iron rods.
But the second one, man, because I'm not saying
I sent
wrong.
I sent it again. I sent it again.
You
The one
sent it
I sent
again, so let me
it
check
again.
it
Yeah,
okay.
it's just
okay. But generally, I mean, like I'm saying, even if say you cry, now the point should be made. Say, yeah, as citizens, we don't have the right to go and protect. Is the law enforcement is the job of police people. So also be that you have to call the police to come in and secure it.
If you play the second one, you understand.
I'm transferring it. My laptop.
Thank you. The guy said that. The guy said that I was sitting with the police commander, and then they called me on the phone, and they told me that people brought vans and they were loading iron rods from Agenda 111 away. Ghana government properties, and this is an NDC guy talking. And I'll say, Commander, there are people here loading to know. And I'll say, Commander, no say, Mumunko arrest your mumbra. And the guy said, Commander, I am a civilian. You are a commander. Go and arrest them. And then they have to organize themselves to go. Commander, no say.
So your justification is that because the police have failed to act in You
see, somebody needs to act. And again, by the way,
my point is the violence already started before it got to this point where they are calling in the police. There were claiming person who admitted the party supporters had started this before it got to this point. So jubilation. Yes, Prof.
I think I will show, and I don't want to dictate, but I think this issue should not even take us this far. There is a legitimate president who is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, who provides security for the country. Why are we going back and forth on this one? Why? No, me say there is a commander-in-chief who provides security, both external threats and internal. We should not even hand it over. And if Sankaya demonstration be and our teachers airco and it would have been his responsibility. And we should not even go in. I said there is no news. And I way I am creating. If you President, who the Ebeto President Mahama, 90 days, 160 days. I don't know. Say I can watch him. That's how now cause there. Events away on my penny. Any internal minister for
interior.
Any events away security coordinators. They should stop that and arrest those people who miscast funds and just.
So are you also agreeing? Is a laxity on the side of the current abandoning the ministers? This far.
I am not saying anything. Some look. Say, I'm going for demonstrations. School. Your school near demonstrations. You're free police. Your school. Yeah. You're free police. Anyway, me who they say? I say you need news. And anyway, also when winning elections, they are jubilating because they have a mandate. They have a mandate because they sold an agenda to Ghanaians, and Ghanaians bought it, and they voted for them. I don't know. See, I can't watch them.
Okay. Very well.
You're starting now. Doom so. Me organize see. I mean, no.
Prof. remember Dr. John for you doom the can you start program you doom the
Enra me da sumu for almost 7 hours. Enra e watema. Nti enko ne point na.
I
From Ghana.
Wow.
From Ghana. Any akwaba.
Just a quick one on the balance. Me come Mahama 120 so. Problem just a quick one. You agree, say President Akufo don't find Nancy for no make sure say internal security be here. You must say the kids the money na kana. Hello, problem fair.
Yeah, Ubusa.
What am I able to question? No.
Yeah.
Do you agree, sir? And I don't find Nancy from so that at least security issues the way we can deal with the near Mahama 120 days policy also.
Exactly. He's still, in charge until the eve of 6 January next year. He's still in charge. And I expect that they have to do something. In fact, me and me kuromu there I have. And so me am titi o na nyame de. Yes say emaya omunua aduane school feeding. Omu de say omu kono aduane. Ama nkwada no. Ni nyina na ya stop you. But we have police in town. So what you say? Until the new government beba, ama new education minister beka say, mo amunu aduane no mintimi no munya adwuma bio me fe ni papa from. Those people should continuously work. It means yes, so we can do this level. Now, I mean, it's a agent, meaning set na a wonka, but this year, we share momentum na abana. Why here, and I'm sad with one day be a baby bewene ama during the transition period, you know, not Yankotias and Papa. Seriously. About you say, about a capisa, before, during, and after. It's year 2 bani we are after no ni nyina so here na asa after when ye jai ama obia baby obia wo no o de mra no asa nsem is not good for us if you are Americans am menye quickly na prof ebusa bibi say omo research every say yera the running mate to about me and na ofata na also me de research report na ama
I think we'll go into it in detail maybe next week.
April, July. Now, first require na to see any Napo and Ira Aduchu. These were the 3 a year now almost rana almost pebble both quantitative, qualitative. We submitted the report based on our final, and on the making choice. Let me say, sir, just as I did this, Nana J. Now me come up on so I'm a D. Joyce Mutai Bawa will tell you that I was also part of that. That's what I do. I go around and I look for who the people like. Indeed, Napo was the most popular among the 3. Or more in all the regions, not only in Asante. I report share it. Yeah, and to yana politicians in the Mokata, we say, Kingsley Casana, or Chesa, I say, or no, few there, Sana or Mubihuno. But on the grounds, that's not what it was.
But Prof.
I think the number is running for 120 days.
I was going to ask a question.
Okay. 120 days.
I was going to ask a question. Report to Marcus Lemamwa.
It could be to say at the time Mamu said people like Napo Semino, Professor Prof. Jubin Yamita to cancer, Napoano and 70 Adeno also kind of dimmed his popularity.
And now report to Ghana for so open. Especially
Yanko Mahama. Yeah, Yanko Mahama Denim. But that's a quick one.
As a economist, Adam, the whole Burma public
somebody called me from one is being built. He said there are 2 cars parking the iron rods from the site. So right there, I told the commander, they said they are parking the iron rods out of the site. So what can we do? The commander told me, let's get them arrested. I was like, how? You are the commander, you are telling me you should get them arrested. How can I do such thing? So later I sent somebody to go and check. When they said the people had already gone. Okay. Just this evening, somebody called me that Charlie, there's another truck packing the materials from the site. So I had to call my guys to go there and check whether it is true. Yes, they went and this truck they have come to load a lot of materials, cement, plants, plasterboard, wire mesh, iron rods, roofing sheet, tiles.
Okay. Wait, a bit of hearsay because this is supported almost cafe.
No, if you
which Kingsley
no, I'm saying that
this is
he mentioned the commander.
verifiable.
No, he mentioned the commander. He mentioned the commander.
He has
But somebody
mentioned the
cannot
commander, but the commander is not here to confirm whether he was spoken to or not. Kingsley.
Mate.
That is the
why win elections? Why win elections? Be measured. Don't behave like
Enya contractor bi na eya adwuma yi. Say adwuma we na obi enema cement ni contractor. Edi eya contractor na abade adwuma na ma no. On na
problem, whatever it is, we have to get to the bottom of that. The police must, the security agencies, mainly the police, they must get to the bottom of this and ensure that whoever we are in government property, any NDC property, any MPP property, any government property, any tax, it must be brought back.
Now, as man American say, video ya heard say. Me take Ghana the minimum ni say contractor na aba jumanya aba na na o de ma contractor na ye it is about the ama contractor so onye na wo contractor go want me ammo uniama ho ba na mo bi ko wi a so de nya aba ya say contractor aba de jumana ma wa
a national asset it is say if
a national asset no de ama contractor
but the security of the nation internally belongs to government. Oh, they must be part of
if you move on,
Mr. 120 documents.
Because you cement. You
cement. I think that's more important because that's where the vision of Ghana ever in the next 120. Just a recap of Mahama. I posted it and I was showing a recap. Mahama Nakasama no target in the first 190 days in the things that he says he will do, and only documenting it. Mahama's first 190 days social contract. In the next 2027, when we start asking questions about this, because first in the holiday, to 2026, 2027, we will be asking questions because President Mahama Nakasama is a social contract between the people and Ono Abaino, who is the next government. No? That he will nominate, he will have the leanest government. There's a code of conduct, hold the national economic dialogue. He levy obey here for your first 90 days. They'll review the taxes on vehicles, equipment, and I think he wants to push export, manufacturing sector. No, commence drafting of the needed legal amendments for 24-hour economy, the flagship of his campaign. Establish an accelerated export development council, convene a national consultative conference on education. Because when him say NDC 100 days and then also to implement no academic fee for level 100 for no. So he's very articulate about the well thought out plan for 120 days. No, introduce the following social intervention, free tertiary education, commence the distribution of free sanitary pad, something that Mahama started under in 2015-2016 under World Bank project to increase the number of girls eco school because of menstruation. This is a social contractor on for number 13. See institute inquiries. I want NDC probably very interested. MPP force will be interested. See inquiry forensic audit into the following matters of public interest. Number 1, the collapse of indigenous banks, financial institutions at the cost of 25 billion Ghana cedis. Illegal printing of money. $58 million and also National Cathedral scandal, illegal inflated single source contract, COVID-19 expenditure scandal, PDS, Ejapa, SML, ambulance spare parts deal, 13th African Games, Sky Train, Palugu Dam, Marset, okay, I say free SHS. There was this issue about Marset, Ayakotama school for missing excavators, tricycles, Sputnik for the vaccine, that's boss scandal, any others. Now, this is specific. Make us from 2026, 2027, we still ask President Mahama questions about this one. See, he's putting himself out there. Say, this is me marking scheme. A drew a marking scheme we and judgment. You know, let's come back to that issue. No, I share and say, Prof. Now we can be answer na here. Prof, go on.
Okay. Now, me say this time me share me who say me a public sector economist. Now, you heard this year, the total revenue everywhere. 176 billion Ghana cedis, and fortunately at the end of June, now yetimi meet a target. In fact, it was we exceeded our target by 0.2%, and that was the first time we saw anything like that happening in many years now. And so GRA is doing well. We are meeting our targets, but even in that, we are talking about raking total revenue of 176. And this year, we are spending 217 billion. About 4 billion of this money is going to free SHS. In this current format, you say, this time around, so what else? I know one of the promises. A few years I will be to cry a complaint.
Prof, are you speaking to Mahama agenda now? 120 then how come
I know I am.
SHS in home.
Oh, what can't make total expenditure? Listen, total expenditure versus taxes no be in a day.
Okay.
Because I'm a few SHS no was obeying, and at the moment, the 176 billion in as total revenue for the country. We spend about 4 billion annually on free SHS, and he tells us which means that more expenditure will go into it. And as I say, university. I can't say almost first year for no, school free. It's not just that the expenditure is expected to go up during the first 120 days. Definitely. Now, you say expenditure never cost. At the same time, and there might be a DC cover. EFO has become so unpopular. So what I say? Wakeka nema kakra betting. And you know me fees or buy na just 1 day pay. No answer why na a parliament. It's very easy. But it's going to affect your revenue. The current 176 is not even meeting, giving us enough to take care of the free SHS now. Now, Ubay ye now a more sika. Ubay would university and Emma baby come. It means you are going to spend more on the free things. It is at the same time, who's I'm revenue no sunti ekoba say ya na mabusa teacher for aketua na yebete so e be dey na balance na I balance because at the moment we have problem ye wo kwa makoma na ye fa so ayetimi age bosia ba ku ye say e be raise money internally from the domestic market ba ku ye say multilateral say e be call African Development Bank, World Bank, and IMF for akopemwa ba ku ye bilateral e be call country bi o akojemwa and now one a year easier than saying a target per Eurobond. Sabre, you qualify a beco Eurobond aqua Jebosnia. Bilateral, you know more problem. I must say, crown. I said until after 2026, or more at the interest rate in the national, or what is Biswa mine and say, no, my debt, I'm a restructuring. So I'm the Japan, China, one years ago. The Odebra or no struggle to pay to Omunia ready so Mubema Obusia too much. So what I say? It is
your point said no money who sign this was on Benyasi Kawan.
Exactly. And I make church Muntisicano Yakofani because it's a Bosiambo Ayat. Also, baby, Kakana Yaji and also Obetetis. Enti, a bayamina kakra say after 120 yeah, near Metania. It will be a matter of magic.
Provocation. I was saying, Kingsley, where would the money come from? But do you necessarily believe their profit cases? Expenditure cost. Most of them must be 11 COVID-19 where would you get the money?
If you're but unfortunately, and I think Prof either conveniently or accidentally forgot the wastes and the cost of corruption that the audit reports have consistently pointed out to our.
If you let me about immediately as an if you remember, just a minute to go there. Also, make expenditure. Maybe be about the audit service you now can. Me patropi audit service we be no by yeah Ufa audit service now over the years no over 90% of unaccounted for no over loans irrecoverable 90% yeah say third parties basic be so mutua ma aba no mu ntua so what I say enti say we no ka say we babe gina to say who go clear waster.
No, are you saying that the loans cannot be recovered? Are you saying that those loans cannot be recovered?
One day on open next week for one of their report near Mechirase. It will be named the Bawa Munta.
I want just a quick answer because I know
the quick answer is that Ufa audit report now. Yeah, now man for cancer. What cancer? 18 billion Ghana cedis unaccounted for. Just a month for area. It's not like that. The last time I checked, the 18 billion that they stated, loan recoverable. Now it was over 14 billion. Yeah, no, the actually
corruptions. Are you saying I cannot save money there too? Because that's what Kingsley's point is.
No, the saving of the money there.
I thought he was asking where we can get the money from.
It will be very difficult. Maybe I buy corruption. I can. So I buy this because Obinko yi kwaya. Maybe Obinko yi kwaya. Contractor no politicians ya. And almost 30 kickback and the so what I say. A Honda a corruption, neighbor.
Okay.
Corruption is not nobody in this country can tell me, not anywhere in the world, say Sikase na manfobia.
But try for my estimate now. 2012, they said $3 million.
And I'm saying, that is, estimate. That be no. My main set our record. We say, estimate in this. Because if you that's my area.
Mr. Prof, you have asked him a question. Money you know a prof. You asked him a question.
Kase and just say 7 billion. Ubetimi akasa was
internet no quite give you up. Internet no quite give you up.
We have to be truthful to ourselves. And corruption and it's not easy like that. I'm going to prevent corruption.
Prof,
easy.
How much are you estimating audit service?
It is okay. May I say, Prof? I think that the people of Ghana listened to the message of John Dramani Mahama when he said that he was going to run a lean government. If you Prof have listed all of these expenditures, okay? Do you remember that when Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo came and appointed 121 ministers, the people of the NDC said it was unattainable, it was a bad thing. Now, if John Mahama attains his plan, say, or the Beba 60 year, haven't he have that expenditure? Mm-hmm. Has he not reduced that expenditure? So if you needed so many millions to pay. Again, your question was that where are you going to get the money from? We are finding the money. So let us find the money together. I'm saying that we don't have to put that actual figures, exact figures right now. But I am saying that, are you aware that Terminal 3 is not commissioned?
Terminal 3 is.
Terminal 3 is not commissioned. But somehow, Kobrani, maybe what I say?
Terminal 3 airport now, okay.
Terminal 3, I'm saying that Terminal 3 is not commissioned. It's not commissioned. And Terminal 3, John Dramani Mahama used $250 million to build Terminal 3, totally, completely, to build Terminal 3. But somehow, Dr. Baumia used $248 million, $2 million shy of the cost of the entire Terminal 3 to build E-Gate. E-Gate now MBN. The E-Gate that didn't open. He used $2 million shy of the total amount of money that was used to build the entire Terminal 3. If you are using, and by the way, so again, so one of the things I was discussing with somebody today was that for February, no, so I'm saying that you see, when you are building a country, I teach operations research. Okay, if you can minimize costs and try to increase the revenue, you are almost done. So again, I'm saying that the NDC has proven over the years that we know how to find more wells. For example, the NDC knows how to be able to generate, for example, cocoa. Look at how our cocoa has dipped. Look at how much we have lost in agriculture. Look at how much we have lost in fertilizers.
Yeah, but Kizzy, you are still not giving us specific answers. Okay, Kizzy, the constant now, Prof. Specific questions. The reduction of ministers, but it looks like you don't have a rough estimate of how much you want to save from there. You don't have a rough estimate of how much you want to bring in from the other public sector. These are the concerns that are Prof. Don't pursue raising that you at this point you must have a clear plan of where the money is coming from. For private schools, now they don't have a country to get more.
The beautiful thing about governance is that we have just won elections. We are going through transition. I am saying to you that for me, one of the proposals that is on the table is that every country operates toll booths. Let us, like Baumia said before he went into power, let us toll all the roads. And when we toll all the roads, we can get enough money to build roads. Now, if we toll the roads, so that the rich people that are coming from Tema to Accra pay toll booths cost, and the poor people who are being taxed on e-levy and things are not being taxed. I am saying that is more money. As we speak right now, because of overtaxing, our harbors are empty. They're not empty because the people of Ghana don't want to bring in cars. If you are intelligent enough and you focus on just getting $1 per person to bring it in, you may get 100 in a day. But if you are greedy and you are thinking you want to get $10 from everybody, you may just end up getting from only one person, and you will have $10 per day versus somebody who is getting $1 per person and getting $100 per day. So I'm saying to you,
okay, Prof, you bring a better than, but as of now, money plan about where the money is coming from, but you have an idea.
I have listed for you, we are reducing costs by eliminating corruption, by not unnecessary wasting, reducing operating a lean government, introducing toll booths, eliminating e-levy. How much is e-levy versus toll booth that you got rid of? Your plan for e-levy was that you were going to get this gargantuan money, and so you are going to get rid of this small money. But it is unnecessary to do that. And by the way,
as of now, no, e-levy brings more money than toll booth, no. And don't forget the toll booth in this economy. They are leveraging for previous loans that so the money is tied against some interest that we are paying.
If you the statement you just made is that the statement you made is that e-levy in 2024 is less than toll booth in 2017. Do you know how much toll booth will be today in Ghana? You don't know. So again, we cannot make some of these conclusions until we allow. And again, 120 days is John Dramani Mahama is the one speaking. He will do it. Ghana, the people of Ghana, realizing that in 2016, John Dramani Mahama handed over power to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, are the same people who decided that, look, John Dramani Mahama, the person you gave power to is not doing this country well. Go back and take power and bring back the country for us. Look, if we are serious people and we just continue in that path, build more hospitals, we will generate more income. If we just extend our electricity, now we cannot even sell. We are not even making as much from power that as we used to do, because we don't even have enough power. We are spending more money to move plants from Takoradi to Kumasi than we are bringing the same plants from Turkey to Ghana. If you are spending so much money, wasting so much money, you cannot call it all expenditure. That is the point I'm making.
Okay. Prof. Jimmy, what do you think about this?
If you me the my president elect the points no. Now madwini mu no em say o follow Nanado blueprint pa ena ode ye de oyeye no kopem say ohun say Nanado over promise nti eno na ede no go over the hump to secure victory obaye no hump na ekoye no wantimi anye ne oyeye no nti president elect nsusu hu say mesum yes abia e be secure victory and plan ye adwuma ohwe enema na wa listen na madwini mu no was shoot to himself in the foot.
120 plan oh.
Yes, already. If we say enema na okeka so be ye free mu no sa enema no minim say Kingsley onim consolidated fund enimu na dey salaries enimu na dey capital expenditure. When I talk about capital expenditure, you are talking about roads, any big hospitals. Because some money more than yes, and some about social interventions in the now, you crown who deplete your friend say no consolidated fund no. You who deplete no. So now baba. Where your friend say wage bill no ebe koso.
Okay.
Meanwhile, hu ade bi e wo plan mu ana me te ne campaign say e kwan a ye be fa so a ye be hyehyɛ sa da bia deletion a ye free mu no ye de be hyehyɛ na aba be square. Kingsley can corruption.
Aye ministries na umbe ye free mu no.
Yes.
Okay.
Say anka obe ye free mu no enya no nko a ene ma na wo so be yi levy free so hu nanka wo kan nanka wa quantify yi levy no say de si nyane
How much?
Ene ne awode ba be hyemu no ni a compare ni hu say eh we yi levy ni free wa yi levy ne ma ye taku enso ne ade ba be hyemu no e be ma ye simple ni hu say ampa e be ye adwuma what ne make out ase
it was it. How much are you getting here? How much are you removing here?
Kingsley Anka. Say and be a no say nyon na candidate no. The candidate ne kai. Ye beti ase. Hwe se nema na waka wa ha no. Sanko timi ye pa apia. Nka Ghana be kra behwe. Kotimi ye pa ka Ghana be kra behwe. Nemum wanka di ode be hyehyemu we nyina free ode be hyehyemu no ntino me say no me hu say ti say de Nanado ye ni bia so yes me advice by no me be chiri tobut na o kan we taxation it doesn't cover a wider population. Nipa san kwa le tuato boot nipa san na okas the okan no tuato boot enso se si America say me no kasa Ghana hay se nipa 10 etimi fa trotro and trotro is the biggest transporter of people in the country na nipa 10 it is a day ayi tema ayi motorway issue na se day nipa 1 million e fa trotro na nipa 100,000 e fa on private car what lose in advance. What's math nasi? So math. Math. What the top
because any individuals now would you tax no 100 trot now you've lost.
No.
For one trot.
Yes, and I'm gonna say math. So enti anybody be o okay I know. Maybe say me tie ne wa. And I make say follow the
blueprint. Question now.
Prof,
me question.
Me question. Follow the blueprint of Nanado. So enti a faith and over lean government no can and go as a lean government no can say be a 20 ministers beba say no there were 120 ministers
I say 60
okay they say I was 110 and 20 So entika no what the equivalent savings equivalent savings now the amount say
okay.
60 ne ba me save 120 million 120 million no e be schools are done say 5 e be saying so but what the fund say campaign campaign so you fund say campaign me no ka say unim say ene NDC for ye bi o omo ye bi me ka say bi a kire NDC for say bi ye found for public service sector gidi me no ka say
And they are omo
me no ka say there are me person me man number but there are over 500 people being employed in prison service. I me no ka say ne
send the NDC for almost be sake omo because that will increase government wage bill.
Omo sake omo ye bi da NDC for be ko sa na omo ye say ade omo ye omo no minimum ade omo ye party ade omo ye omo nya lose elections and omo push go for shame omo de
NDC Prof, I had a question for you, Prof.
Meba mami
no, the question you've moved from the question. You've moved from the question.
Manilande, your question will still come. Manilande now question number so that you can take us back to issue now.
And she say no, also be nyema we free move. Meanwhile, over to a wage bill that you did not even foresee. Because Sanipa 500, me no can say you fan for migration here, can say you fan for prisons, you fan for fire service, you fan for VRE, you fan for and send me Ghana. And it's about Ghana, before 2 years. You found for be so, and sure, good. And you found for free. When you say wage bill, no, is already out of whack. Consolidated fund here would be best salaries. And I say, would depleting. What's it obey levy free? E-levy is the most wide-ranging taxation that Ghana has ever had. Wide-ranging taxation Ghana since independence. Wide-ranging taxation. Now, there is another question: say whether I like it or not. That's a different question. But that is what is there. So what I say.
Okay.
But consolidated fund, one of the biggest funder of the consolidated fund is a port. Port will be free. We are free. No. Oh, Saka say, oh, man, for free. So, and maybe the me say, I just say a mogu. Now, the problem that we are going to run into is, NPP for set a lot of traps. And yet, what am I here for NDC? Almost say, Nakop, meboa. Nakop. When you say NDC focus a waste of a buying a cigar. Yengunu. I say sugar. When somebody is addicted to sugar, it is difficult to take away from them. And to say, over the good nakoba, on by jobless. Agitation, beba, trap back on. Agenda 111, Omakoso we, was so we, when we. Oh, Baba to us one as I want to ask. So as I want to ask. Okay, so I want to ask what a big pro. Say, one to ask what now you are going to have to look for new funding, which is going to be more than go to ask what. That is also going to balloon.
The opposite a bigger headache.
That is also going to balloon your external debt. That is when if your credit, your debt, your external events now borrow already no NDC for which is true. They campaigned on it. Very true. Say Ghana's credit worthiness is junk. And we are not even worthy of credit. So I say credit nebi ni ho. Nti oba benya bi kura na ensihu ne beye moho. Nti say wo ka say akufo ado aban no aboro mo wa because onim say me no ka say e-blocks nyina gunwuram ene me firi kofodua ye fe ne say krobi ena eba e-block pa nice a chere ben any premier na afa e-block I read you. I was uncompleted. Me sure
me ka to mo wie e-blocks na aka ni na. Ko fo dia de no mo wie.
Egunguram.
Okay.
Egunguram. Me
Okay.
baba ko di akyerew. Egunguram. Egunguram ye ba ukọ buti force a ho na onam.
Obi na things been busa on the question no. Because perhaps I think he wants to answer baby esika no.
Enti what should you yourself by answer kra na obeba. Na me ka say me ma advice bi. He eni so ade hunu na President elect Muhammad Aba the point no. Anka ye pa. Anka be ma relief abakana for so. That is what they are looking for. Now my advice I'm coming to man say. Okay, transition team na Eba na. Okay. I can confidently tell you, say, it is a solid transitional team. Nemum, Shena, Omunina, and finding their way into the government. Because where Encophobia since Rollins a time. Omagina Dinimusa, there are no new ideas. No new ideas. No new ideas. No new ideas.
New ideas.
Oh, if you yeah, that is politics. This is politics. Yeah, so not by no politics as usual. Job for the men, job for the cadets, job for the year. Obe lose miserably. On setting up BBT say interdisciplinary team. So opposite NDC and winning next elections, that's where he needs to go. On setting up and your politics as usual, and your job for the boys, and your job for the men. On setting up an interdisciplinary team are people who don't have connections to politics. Not on for relief, any freedom, Emra Ghana mine. So yenisa Ghana ebe vote to NDC every year and year. But on say Ghana hano yenisa.
Pero Paul Ghana busa question in front na kids bezo kids bacho busa question no.
You see, the thing that I was making is that toll booths at the time, but Dr. Bamia told us that was bringing in 2 billion Ghana cedis per annum. The amount of money that they told us that the e-levy was bringing in was 6.9 billion per annum. We have the number of roads that have been towed in Ghana are 38. You are saying to me that Dr. Baumia said we should tow all the roads. You are saying that if we tow 90 roads, we will not get 6 billion to replace e-levy.
But
you are saying that
realistically,
I am not saying. Of course. If you are here, some may come for that region, some may come where I pay 3 tolls. I used to pay 3 tolls. I paid the first one in motorway. I paid the second one, Tema Honomno. Then I paid the third one. It's every road. Yes, and I make Akosomo. But then, and that is from Accra to Huawei. I'm asking you, if you're living Accra to Kumasi, how many tolls do you pay? One. So I'm saying that if I'm going to Kumasi, I pay 3.
Somehow there's a toll booth there. Which you are motorway? Okay,
so how many?
If you're not easy, so the question. Maintain question.
Oh no, I did ask before. If you follow, I said, "Sir, are you saying that if we tow our roads, the toll was giving us 2 billion per annum, the e-levy 6.9 per annum? You are saying that if we and currently we have before we call it off 38 toll booths in Ghana." 38 of them. And I'm asking you, and if we increase that number to 100 toll booths, which is why I give an example, like if you're going to Howe, you're going to 3 toll booths. If you're going to Kumasi, which is longer, it's 1 toll booth. If you're going to Bolga and Tamalia, I think it is still 1 or 2. So I'm asking that if we should increase the numbers to get to, let's say, 90 toll booths, are we saying that you are not going to get 6.9 billion per annum?
Okay.
And by the way, and the second part is that we used to pay 50 pesos. That calculation was on 50 pesos on saloon cards. If 1 Ghana cedis on saloon cards, does that not double it and giving you about 13 billion already? Again, so again, you see, there is a reason why Muhammad said.
Hold on. What is that question? About Medasi? Math na me ma, I'm so refi. Math na me yema. Who so refi. Who say
Prof, I'm a mathematician. No?
I mean kasa when you mathematician. Men kasa. Me so refi. Men kasa when you mathematician. Men for manu si bone me srew. Me so
I'm just telling you say me real fear. I am a mathematician.
Me srew ade. Okay. Me ka srew say the biggest number of transporters in Ghana use trotro. Oh, yeah, example, what the ma we about pay. So, yeah, toll. People pay toll because a quine ye. And no mutua toll. And then, me no can say, and nay. And I'm going to say, me make any advice. So, me tell you, what the toll boot to Batema? You close no. Say, ne, I want to make what the bar people will revolt. They won't pay. I'm telling you.
People, Prof, motorway no. That's what they need to add.
Me say, me tell say what jai. What do you mean? People
motorway final.
I'm telling you, if ya people will revolt. Ubenu who class what they buy. Ubenu enti kama mu fama.
Are the same people who are calling for the reinstatement of the tolls?
Which same people?
They were calling for a reinstatement of the tolls.
Also everyone they calling for reinstatement.
Ghana for now, Prof.
And I make sure we say
for the reinstatement of the tolls.
And I make sure we say. My mention will say. You see, I say Ghana for I Jimerewa. I Jimerewa. They calling for Fabere. Because said you quine iron now it's a death trap. Motorway is a death trap. And I say any panel say quine. Me nka o kan Kingsley nka o ka say nka o ka kyerem so ye hyeda ba ba ye akwan be 100 ni atole no so that I would agree but enay said the akwan titie now so ba be tola I'm telling you
but NBC2 cannot say almost some be akwan ni nyina san no because there's no money
there is no money to do the work.
Prof,
there is no money.
Prof, that was see, you are just putting all of that on an assumption. In many countries, you don't have to have money as a government to build roads. You can give it to a contractor and give him 10 years to take tolls and pay himself. You can, Prof. Then this you can give somebody a contract to tow a 100-kilometer road, and the person will tie it, and the person have 10 years to take the revenue. And
yeah,
why the person
this the answer Prof question is see someone finds someone has 2 million Ghana cedis now.
Yes.
Is that what you are expecting? Or if I say 30 million?
No. I am saying that it will be about $30 million. $30 million.
$30 million. What can the 30 million do? Can the 30 million pay first year for no? Free tuition for a year or even 4 years, Anna.
I'm saying that 13 billion will close the gap of e-levy that is 6.9 million, which Baumia also said he's going to replace, by the way. Which Baumia said he's going to
Baumia is being voted out, so now the pressure is on you.
Yes. So I am no. I agree with you. I'm just saying. I'm just informing Prof that the e-levy taken out, that we are screaming that the expenditure is going to be so high, and then I'm saying that Babia said the same thing anyway. But so it was doable. If it is not doable, he wouldn't say it. We know it is doable. The NDC knows how to raise income. The NDC have done it before.
30 million, you are promising first year level 100. You have promised all these gargantuan projects 120 days. One Prof cano. My committee me want to match a box be more. I say, market scheme, mama na construct dodo. Into where will you get the money? Because if I listen to the okay, somewhere 10 ministers, so even if multi ministers not to be 60, Sika Mubenya or Hono ain't shut down that much. What you can 30 million I'm estimated from a year friends and told now, which I doubt if you will get that. But so they have $30 million now. What they can still. It cannot take care of the first year for any free SHS. I will expand it to accommodate private schools. The kids go back to say NDC has a big headache because promises no. NDC can I want you NDC can say I can't pay.
I understand that, and every single Ghanaian who went to the poll and trusted Mahama actually understand that. Look, this is the first time NDC is actually having real goodwill, the same goodwill that President Kufuor had in 2000, where Ghanaians went and queued to register. the goodwill is there. And so, unfortunately, look, this is the first time that I genuinely believe that even if a government says we are cutting our income by 50%, and so everybody should take some pay cut by 10%, I'm saying to you that this is the first time that Ghanaians may be open to it. So I'm saying that, look, yes, we all know the realities of on the ground. The most important thing for John Dramani Mahama, which he is already, is that he is honest. John Dramani Mahama is honest. You just have to be honest with the people of Ghana. The people of Ghana are not these people who want to take money before they vote. They have trusted the politician over and over and over and over again. But politicians have proven that once you give me your vote, I don't care about you, I'm gone. But the people of Ghana have decided, look, no matter how small it is, pay me before you go. But if anybody come to them, if you remember the race that I ran in Hawaii, you and I talked about this a lot. If anybody come to them and explain to them that this is what I stand for, and I don't have to give you money to get this and this done, the people of Ghana listens to you. They believe. I
agree. But to me, the problem for any problem, it's going to be very tough for NDC to find the money to do all this.
I am saying that there is nothing that is easy. If it is easy, we would have given it to anybody. We would have allowed Bamia to continue. But he can't do it. It is not easy. We need an intelligent person to come and do it. No, Prof, you have talked today enough.
Just one sentence. One sentence. Adibia yetaka won say obi running lean government obese visika. My Ghana public accounts it is almost impossible. If you are winning, your ministry be a friend agric ministry. Ubenzo obi ba na watichem was the fisheries. Was it then there? Was it then there? He says, "Ero don't the money mama because the system ministers and the bear juma the bear say, sa fisheries no. Young family papa go grandma uncle minister na there omunya bi, but it will come to be a department under what Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Okay.
It expenditure be a ministry in Mubiano. It will still go. Minister no kwa na there of yayin free. So what I say, if you are the minister, Ghana your ministers no. See a beka no kra. Most of them omunya akatio. If you are the atier, we a minister, now we are MP. You choose whether you take MP salary or minister's what salary. And then the baby me konti ya can double salary so okay. So what I say. And now we should not put for the ministries of the ministers 110. Over 70 of them we are MPs. Now during COVID time, what they are doing by say appointees, lose is it 30 or 20% of almost salary. What is happening by Emma, we a minister, salary minister. Most of the ministers that I know, almost they don't collect salary. I'm sorry to say.
It's your point, man cannot make savings. So 2 ministers so can make savings.
I'm telling you. Normally, no, you can't say now you come and all the ministries, can you not in one ministry? Never only one minister. You can't save man. If you
but Prof, what if we decide this about promote workers in this so? Prof, what if we decide this about workers in this so? Because ministries in the one month, or more can unnecessary.
What you just had fan? Say Ministry of Fisheries. So we bet me at so now over palm workers and also another problem now also going to you. So I say public servants, chief director, department, omuya ministry, I'm over palm. At this time, we to be palm. So I say you can only some ministries in Ketuano about the departments and the bigger ones. So what I say fisheries about the can't most of the data net about the department. A car you born fisheries no minister na any. Now you can say I'm how Kumsi all this year as a minister of fisheries meboa. So no why MP. Inti MP sikan wood or we say the aba no ba.
Very well.
more of their ministers for as I'm an MP. We are MP.
But Paul, is there any modicum of a possibility, say, the NDC can doable? I say anything in Accra. Is it doable?
Oh yes, sister no bet me. Okay. Now sister no bet me. Otimia ministers in Ketenketeno. Obeki kaki ka bobo. The ministers na omo sector ministers na. Departments under bigger ministries. Okay. It is uncle from here Juma no. They will come under here, because all those, you know, and also Yama Ghana. You would think I say, what your fishes? And we here, it will come under Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Minister Ghana will cast a yabon. Oh, no, now on MPU or the MPSCA. I know the under a bimu to one side, a baby aba. No, I had that MPs baby, I know the other have been a more parliament. But at the same time, it serves us because ultimately double salary. We say baby
salary, yes.
We are minister now. We are MP.
Yeah, but you know, Kingsley Brem Busano. If there's a plan, Kingsley, there are only that. What was the feedback? Nature say.
What do you save so much? We say for 2 ministers, you may not save a lot.
Okay.
Because we are talking about 217
about feedback you mean at the Kingsley.
If you but Martin Midasi, if you are T, NDC, and Nanado started here, offer several ministers, and I yang ye catch Nanado say, Adia wuye. Whatever the outcome is going to be horrible for this country. It's going to drag this country down. You say you wouldn't listen, and then you did that, exactly those things, and then this is where we are. Now we are saying to you today that we are going to cut down the ministers. The President John Dramani Mahama is going to use the old presidential jet and not be buffing in the air. President John Dramani Mahama is not going to be digging holes with $52 million. He's not going to be building E-Gate with $248 million. He is going to be cutting down costs. So again, if I'm saying all of this to you, and then you are saying that it's not going to, nobody says it's going to be easy. If it is going to be that easy, we would not let Bawumia do it. We need an intelligent man. John Dramani Mahama is that man that is going to lead Ghana to do the things that he promised. Again, this is a social contract. Look, this is the first time that our country have seen a manifesto and a social contract with the people of Ghana. This is a social contract with the people of Ghana. The people of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama did not even just write it and hide it. Unlike the things that Bawumia said before 2016, and then we questioned him and said, no, we didn't say this. You remember Bawumia said, the people of Cape Coast, we have news for you. We are building another dose of or Chandra. Look, this is things that are printed. You just pulled out a copy. It is available. Give John Dramani.
But Kingsley, do you have a value of, for instance, number 13 on a, what about, for instance, mobile Japan, any collapse of the bank. These are things that to me, 120 days, no, because we are sure it's a legal process, because you cannot do investigation about all these things without a legal process. And she said, in the first 120 days now, why target amount? Is there a plan B mobile because it looks like they say because you can't fix all these things, especially because most of them are international contract that may actually be an arbitration clause. There are some clauses for legal because that's how international contracts are signed. What's the plan B? Some Bosnia money IMF to renegotiate loan so that immediately, because expectation was true, so that you can do something the first 120 days. Nana.
And I fear, by the way, the number 13 has nothing to do with any money. No money is supposed to come in. This is things that we.
No, these are savings. Or see, institute inquiries. The objective is this is the waste. This is the waste.
I'm saying that yes, this is waste. Things that have happened. The money printing, $58 million. Like we are investigating them. But so institute
but the objective behind it is to save the wrongful expenditure, willfully causing financial loss. You'll be able to make that money back to national coffers. And now where the entire you are not expecting any revenue from here.
If I am hoping that these people have real answers, unless you are assuming that they are all guilty. So I don't think that the NDC is thinking that everybody is guilty, so we are going to get money back. I'm saying that the number 13 is not that. It's just to say that all of these cases, the COVID-19, the Sputnik, the PDS, the Japan, all of these things, there will be commissions of inquiry or investigations would have started into every single one of them. Will it take 2 days? Will it take 1 year? Will it take 2 years? Nobody knows yet. So nobody is saying that is why we are thinking. And again, I said something earlier. I said to you, sir, this is the first time that John Dramani Mahama has real goodwill from the people of Ghana. Mind you, the outcome of the things that happened in President Kufuor's time when we had goodwill, we of course we did all the things that we had to do. We had debt forgiveness. We have so many things that happened. There was real goodwill already. Look at the market. If you are the market sensing John Dramani Mahama coming, look at the way dollar have taken a nosedive. Even the dollar is respecting and bowing down to John Dramani Mahama. I'm saying to you that so much goodwill is coming. Everybody is aware. Everybody is happy. The dollar is coming back home to the jail to be locked up. So all of this
propaganda.
Prof, no. You see, you are aware. Maybe, okay, let me make a statement.
No.
Where any propaganda?
For almost a month ago.
Mate, Prof, I've heard you. Oh, can I talk now, Prof? I am saying to you, sir. I am saying to you that I'm saying to anybody, and again, many Ghanaians are into cryptocurrencies, are into Bitcoins, are into so many things. And go and look 1 month before the election of President Donald Trump. Look at the market of Bitcoin. If you pay attention, it moved from like 70 all the way to last week.
But sustainable. Is it sustainable? Some of these things are reactionary to the situation.
It is. That is fine, but again, as we are talking right now, I've read a lot of documentation on how Bitcoin is going to move. Many people are predicting, say, Bitcoin is going to go to 150 by 20th of January, where President Trump is going to be elected. Before it come down again, I'm saying that markets react. And before President Donald Trump was elected, are you aware that I personally bought three shares on the day President Trump was elected, and on one of the shares I made 78%. Because again, I predicted the market. I'm saying to you that these things happen.
Okay, very well.
People, absolutely. There are a lot of people.
By the way, are you aware that to me a meeting I'm target where? What should people do? Should we come back and ask you?
Let me say something to Prof. Prof, if you care to know, personally, about the same time you are talking about 6 weeks ago, I changed so much dollars into Ghana cedis and put in my Ghana account. Prof, I'm waiting. At some point, I'm going to buy dollars in Ghana. So again, I'm saying to you that people know this market. You may not be worried about it. You may not be bothered about it. That is fine. But I'm saying that the market.
He's the one
Of course. If you're just like, was it Ursula who said that governance is not only about taking loans? Of course, governance is not only about taking loans. Of course, every government will take loans. But the issue is that what did you use the loan for? We've seen what John Dramani Mahama have used the loan that he acquired for under his leadership. Of course, John Dramani Mahama will take loans. John Dramani Mahama will be going to the market and borrow money, but use it stewardly. He will use it properly to the benefit of the people of Ghana. I like the reckless spending and expenditure that we've seen under this current government. That is not going to happen anymore. And so, So the issue of, by the way, how many students do we have in the first years of the universities in Ghana? How many universities do we have in Ghana to start with? If we can pay students fees, are you saying that we can pay students fees for secondary cycle, but then 1 more year would destroy the country? It is not.
No, we are only asking about the cost. We are destroy. We are only asking.
Yes. And by the way,
there's no space. One person end this now complaining about PSHS from day one. Say there's no fiscal space to accommodate PSHS. I'm just saying, sir. I remember when the pre-SHS discussion came. This is issue back when they say, yeah, more bit me afford no, no more moon to afford no. Or the government to bring the cost down and manage the cost. That was one of the key concerns NDC raised. It is all university for Bekama. Where would the fiscal space in the economy be to accept? And only issue a problem for raising is
yeah, and we've provided that explicitly. But beyond the provisions that we've made, we are also saying that if you ask yourself, that is not all. Ask yourself there, do we pay malaria levy? Do we pay cholera levy? Do we pay tetanus levy? Why is it that, do we pay Ebola levy? Why is it that COVID came and gone? Till today, people are paying COVID levy in Ghana.
Understood, but you are not answering the questions. You cannot.
I personally can propose, say, look, let us put a tax instead of taking COVID levy. Let us propose a tax 5% on everything that we purchase for infectious disease, so that we actually have a real infectious disease center and raise real money for it, so that we deal with all of this stuff instead of taking things like COVID levy. But again, if I have said to you that in optimization, reducing costs, increasing revenue is all you need. Mahama have proven that we know the way to increase our revenue. The NDC government have been the only government that have really found so many wells for Ghana. We will find more oils. Today, some communities don't even want to see anybody about MEP coming to prospect for oil. Meanwhile, you are giving these contracts to many. We cut down the waste. Not using $248 million to build E-Gate that refused to open when somebody used a whole E-Gate. Jamahama used $250 million to build the whole Terminal 3. You went and build that small thing there. And look, this thing is very easy. And I understand that. If everybody can understand that, they would have voted for anybody. They didn't vote for anybody. The people of Ghana trust John Mahama. Let everybody trust John Mahama. John Mahama is the candidate that was voted for. He is the one we want to trust. He's the one that will be successful. Like somebody just said, John Dramani Mahama will be successful. He will be successful. Okay. If he's not successful, charge the NDC in 4 years.
Okay. Yo, Prof, we don't know better kind of Prof.
If you allow me to say quickly, make Ghana only politicians this year say no be at dodge. Metizena purpose be the reckless, expenditure. I don't want to go into the details. Maybe I'm a children. So what I say. Now I can tell everybody who is listening to me. I can tell everybody who is listening to me that the year 2017, 2018, 2019, for the first time in 15 good years, Ghana had continuously recorded negative primary balance, which meant that we were spending what we were consuming today. What we were consuming today, we were not in a position to provide to meet what we were consuming today. And that had taken place 15 years, all the way to 2016. It was only 2017 that for the first time Ghana recorded positive primary balance. 2018, Ghana recorded positive primary balance. 2019, Ghana recorded positive primary balance. And if you look at our history, since 1957 to date, we didn't find 3 continuous years we've recorded positive primary balances, right?
Okay.
But when we got into COVID, issues be by, until America say, we are small open market economy. Many don't understand our economy. So what I say, it is also that many colleagues you can charge or invest many big country.
But why you NDC for to me for beyond so must come back.
And then I made say economy a small open market economy. So what I say.
Okay.
And if you are in that situation now, you find it very difficult because you see, out of about 40 million Ghanaians who are supposed to be working, only 2.3 million pay direct income taxes. Who go US and other places and your direct taxes and they don't depend so much on indirect taxes. Ghana, so it is the other way. It is indirect taxes. VAT money that they depend so much on because direct taxes, very difficult to say me direct taxes.
We are constrained.
constraint. It's the Kasam is Ramo. I am moving for politics and don't check. Now you open up near
But you still say they are trying other very creative ways. So I'll see a man with the benefit of the
doubt. Propaganda. Propaganda. Sa government, you reduce government sanction. Me say a big class of S Gracia at the Yincham. Uchama, I'm S Gracia with the Yincham. So can say Uchama, the last time it was paid, it was about a little over 200 million, which means that the whole 4 years, and it is paid once a year. Once in 4 years. It would divide here. S Gracia 50 million per year. Now, your total expenditure this year is 217 billion. It is a ukocha 50 man. Almost say kakra and about 20. But the impact on the national basket, it is like dropping a cube of sugar into a barrel of water.
That is all you need.
The first budget.
Propaganda. And you reduce the size of minister to city. You reduce size to ministers from 110 to 60. I'm challenging governments. How much we have seen.
Negligible. Nothing to do with when they present the first budget.
To the gallery. You will not say so much. I have followed Ghanaian economy. I've been using the data.
Okay, what's the benefit of the doubt?
Seriously,
if you want to do
exactly 1 year today, Safra, Bonedet, Sapanel, as an American, Kingsley, Prof, Ename, Fred,
Prof. Mate, you see, as our Prof can say, as our Prof can say, if you reduce waste, it is not significant. If you cut the levy now, it is not significant. If you cut down there, it is not significant. I am saying to Prof, say, that is all you need. That is all you need. You just have to cut little. The problem with us is that instead of thinking about building the roads in Ghana with concrete, even if it is 100 kilometers per year, small, building solid concrete 100 kilometers per year, we are thinking that, let's grade it and pour quota on it and let us do 100 kilometers per year. We don't need 100 kilometers per year. We just need intelligent ways to do 100 kilometers per year. Concrete, solid, 10 feet, 10 inches concrete, and all our road will be done very soon. Maybe in about 20 years. Yes, it may delay. For example, another thing, the useless thing Baumia did about digital address. If you President Kufuor started the process of doing every house numbering, every street numbered. President Kufuor continued running his project phase 2. We just needed to have continued phase 3. But when they came, they took the lazy approach out. And then he lied to us. Once we do that, we will leapfrog, and then the loans will be reduced. Did the lending loan reduce? Did any cost of doing any of these things reduce? Absolutely not. So if we are talking about leadership now, we're not talking about finding lazy ways out of solutions. We just need to cut down costs from every little place. Look, even if Kolebu functions well, Ghana government will raise money. Yes, it may be meager, but we will raise money. Look, if we have solid, do you know that people, if you're here, don't you know that even up to today, people, I don't know about right now though, but I'm asking you if here, don't you know people, Ghanaians are still going to South Africa to do DNA test? Don't you know that?
I know
Ghanaians
that.
are going to South Africa to do DNA test. Sabi. If we do it here and we put that money in the economy, what is wrong with it? People are still carrying people on their back to go to third floor in Kolebu. We are sitting down here instead of finding ways to raise money in this country, tolling our road like Baba was the one who said we should toll all the roads. By the way, and we should toll all the roads and make more money. Yet it's a cash to come there. It's
He's the man now to prop any final thoughts. I can't remember a thank you for that. The benefit of the doubt, which I think is fair, though. It's very fair.
Oh, no. Fair. I was a Kingsley. I'm saying, Udi party politics a chinchaye. In the first victory, near even in his joyous mood, Osai a friend say a propaganda. The joyous mood, Osai propaganda.
Prof, just for information, 2000 elections, 24 years ago, my uncle, Togbe Nestor, was at the administrator at the NDC head office. I was there.
And
how are you in the thick of politics?
Absolutely.
And how we say,
what?
And I propaganda.
We have a nation that is build our country.
You are still
Prof, my ninja be
you are still talking about what Bawumia said 2 years ago. Was one win elections. Also, can you about Bawumia kind? So, when I make us say, who's a make us say be measured? Say it is our attitude way. Barbe court near Kuya. More last 2 years ago. I'm telling you, because and Yamana President elect Mahama and the Abatugan. These are very, 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 very monumental things. And it's our grade no asset in the honor. Anything I may advise is Anka Minina, he should start tapping people like Alan Martino. Okay? Tap people like Alan Martino. Tap brains. Not just the NDC brains. Not just the NDC brains, but tap brains outside to help you navigate the kind of the friends traps are. And that traps. So now MPP phone is on but was so here I mentioned one day baby I'll be touching beer a bet trigger baby. What touch her a bet trigger her, what touch her a bet trigger her. All these social interventions, somebody are now it's like sugar. Or be addicted to sugar. Now that's all Jeffrey no what. Ding ding ding. Into case me yi na ko be free ho. Na ma be say hey me 11 na me de tobu about hey me yi we ama de be bia enti you need very very interdisciplinary where o case bia uyi tobu te free ho. But you forget say tobu to know it will touch on a social intervention and qualify for school. You need your friend say a social scientist to be helping you. You need an educationist. Say, I didn't know we free home and collaborate too. It is not just getting money or revenue. So, who make a statement? You are absolutely right. In business, you can raise revenue or you can increase, expand in two ways. Period. You cut down your cost, you increase sales. That's business. Business 101. Make sure business is I know. That's 101. Okay. However, how you cut that cost can determine how well you collapse quickly.
Okay.
How well you raise the revenue can also tell how crooked and how unethical you can be. So that is how business is. You just have to be very careful, and that is what I'm saying. Kingsley and Crawford said, Mr. President-elect, select an interdisciplinary team outside your government. Men go job for the boys deal. Now go say, oh, you win election team. Mamimfa question kwasha, mamimfa we kwasha. When they wait me say you fail miserably. And some of these people have been in the system for a long time.
What really problem? I think Mahama knows that because this is second coming. He has learned his lessons. He knows the mistakes he made in the first government and he will fix it in the second government. So I think I trust him, his judgment. And being that he can do one term unless the Constitution, Supreme Court interprets the Constitution differently. No, I know that he in Akumamuno, he wants to do something to leave a legacy. And then there you can feel it. He would want it because he can do nothing else but to leave a legacy. So let's give him the benefits of the doubt.
If you don't forget the party. If you don't forget the party, you don't run the buy. Party in the buy. Don't forget.
But he also wanted to come because at a point, that party for one person of the back. He
he wanted to come, but he stood on a political party's platform to come. And it was a bit Meshasi. I don't make a say a party in the whole government too.
Yeah, but the money there, you are giving it to him as a person. Say, on setting up a team outside those who have been there for a long time. So I think this is something that is personal to him. You can see you can see that this is something that is personal to him. So let me say, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. First year, 2025, a honeymoon period. Second year, 2026, we can start to critique some of those things. But let's leave him
benefit of the doubt.
and see what happens.
Benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt. Yeah, he has everything. Me too for say on any party form and said he has a leverage. He's the leader of the party now, so he should advise the party. Say, look, ye percent ye tina de no so che. See a better de so che no. Ye unkonko ye party for because ye bi da. Am why MPP omo say omo ye bi sa. They never allowed any experts from anywhere. If you are say Encrophobia Yejuma US UK are person called retirement. They really do not need you to pay them.
Okay.
They don't. They just want to help.
Yeah.
They just want to help.
You probably never was next week. Now the post I do also have a check. Yeah, that's a baby kids. I hope that you are taking in all the feedback. I also call the command penny post. I mean, these are genuine feedback from Ghanaians who have high expectation of the presidency. Yeah, to say you two for catch and another year, you're not Judy. Your second coming, God has given it to you for a reason. Yeah, not Judy. Make a name, cement your name in the history of Ghana. Nako. But party pressure, because the pressure from members, as you'll be able to say, where the mama make a credit and also a whole. You will talk about it another time. So I always say, I mean, to be a car, we buy a say, and also has to be money. Party supporters' expectations, and mama kakra. So, but kids, I said, now join here. Thank you so much, and congratulations to for a job well done.
Thank you.
For a job well done. You, Patrick.
Me say, well, good evening to Etifuane Ubia. Well, I feel sad when your intellectuals sometimes make some argument as far as savings is concerned. Yeah, $100 they say. Now you $1 free more. It is no longer $100. Savings is not about, and that is the mentality that most of us Ghanaians or Africans we have. Yembusika. Yehu $5 say nisika. Yehu $10 say nisika. But every little money, that is what build up to become the amount of money, the bulk of money. So it is not, it will not be prudent on our side to assume, sir, if we save 2 million, 3 million, and yisika. We should not make that argument. Every little money you save can add up and make a good stride. So we should not be making that argument. Say, oh, how much would it be? How much would it be? No. Because they are diligent with it, it becomes huge money for them to even loan to us. So I don't want us to be making that argument. I have always maintained that any party that is in that will come to power in Ghana within the next 10 to 15 years, we are in a deep hole. If Baumia was elected president today, the situation will not be any different for us. The situation will not be any different. When we are talking about economy, but the question is, what do we produce? And you know what are we expecting from them? They should do some magic to build the economy up. It's not going to be. There is no magic anywhere. That's a fact that we all have to accept as Ghanaians. So, and thirdly,
I think Prof Duncan, and I think he was saying it in terms of say the gargantuan nature of 120 project Mahama Akano. Sikano knows enough to do it if you are saving just 60 ministers, because he gave an explanation. So usually some collapse ministries now. It's just the minister that is not appointed. But what can
but we forgot that when the minister is not taking money, but that minister has appointees, several people, assistants. All of those people are all on payroll.
Usually, only about there 4 pe. Usually, the minister and the driver is even already at the ministry. And
then
the secretary is always there. Pardon, check your microphone, mommy, huh? There be microphone. Minimum the way me home. Say one person no me baby home. I want muting, one muting. One person one muting, so I'm muted. No, but it's still not coming on. So be you headphone na kasa be na me. Yante. Mama fa Nana Kofi na unmute. Try to maybe if you can restart your machine. Nana Kofi, good evening.
Good evening, Steve. Yeah.
Patrick Daniel. Oh yeah, your camera ni ha me too. What's a part
Good evening, Steve. Yeah. Yeah. The chicha mune way. Yeah. Well, I mean, there are two things that I want to talk about. First of all, one was to do with Dr. Donfield's way, predictions and research and whatsoever. And then as an academic, we are academics.
What change you way? What push you? Oh, camera no more question corner. Push yourself to the corner. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And as an academic, I mean, yes, we know that we at a point sometimes we do get it wrong. But then as an academic, we know that it's science, it's methodology. We need to be able to come and say that, humbly to say that, you know what, I got it wrong. My hands are up. Next time, I'll check my methodology. As simple as that. That's humility. The same way we accuse the politicians of being arrogant is the same way that we should start as academics to be able to also raise our hands up and say that, you know what, I got it wrong. But I'll check my methodology next time. Next time I've learned. All the explanation I was given, it was falling out of water. So it should, your prof come again next time. Secondly, we talked about Mahama and then his 120 whatever, and how I said Kingsley and then the other two professors were talking about how to raise the money. I mean, yeah, he has listed all those things, but he didn't cost them. See, that's one thing that we need to be careful. And then we as citizens and as Ghanaians, we need to question him. You see, he has listed there as good, as well and good. I mean, Professor Jumo said something. He has shot his foot already. He has already shot his foot in a way. You see, you make those points. You added timelines, but what about the cost? I remember Akufo-Addo's first time, free education, even on BBC. They asked him.
I said BBC.
Exactly.
He couldn't tell us.
Exactly. He couldn't. Exactly. You see, so as much as the policies sound good to the ear, getting rid of e-levy, whatsoever, all those draconian taxes, you need to be careful. Do you understand? And then you have a short time, 4 years. It's not as much as but you need to cost them. Cost them. How are you going to finance this particular project? How are you going to finance this first year university students who are going to be not paying any fee? How are you going to finance them? You made a point. We've got over 300 and something or almost 1 million and something students waiting to enter tertiary university. How are you going to finance that for their first year university? Do you understand? Are you going to rehash the e-levy in another tax form to be able to generate the form? Yeah, Kingsley was talking about the road tolls and whatsoever. Yeah, but how many roads in Ghana that are good enough to be tolled?
Exactly.
You see, and then see, I'm a Tema boy. When I come to Ghana, I live in Tema. I pass the motorway. The nature of the motorway is such that nobody would want to pay any toll to use that motorway. It's a death trap.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So don't tell me that, yes, they need to think ahead. They need to have something different and to be able to cost everything. Yes, it's going to be tough. We shouldn't think that, it's going to be it's going to be tough because the kitty is empty. The kitty is empty.
Absolutely.
He's going to find it very tough. But he should measure his expectations as well as the expectation of his party people. And my last thing is that
I know somebody was sending a message where did he stop talking nonsense. Because the expectation of party people need to be to Sika me what confess no
it's empty.
It is empty.
It's empty. You understand? Because now you can't even want to give contracts to your party people because they sponsor you. But the government, the contracts, you have to generate the money before you can pay. You understand? So the expectation, you have to certify the expectation of the party people, his finances, the expectation of the Ghanaian populace as a whole. The economy itself is on its status. I was telling one of the ladies on the way who were talking about this and that, and I said, look at the interest rate in Ghana. It's not even just the interest rate, even the borrowing rate in the banks. That's why the businesses are collapsing.
Yeah.
And then how are you going to do it? Are you going to wave a magic wand? It's not going to be easy.
For the team. The team will work. I'm sure the
team will work. But I know he's got a good team like Setekpa and the rest. But like you asked Kingsley, he couldn't answer. Are they going to go for loans to be able to push the economy? Because that is what they will do.
Yeah,
that is what they will do. They have to.
Well, it doesn't mean take a genius. One body loan, you cannot do FOCO.
Exactly.
There is no money in the system. That is why World Bank and IMF have forced us to do the domestic debt exchange. There's no money. If you don't need your debt stock will continue to rise.
There's no money. Even our oil and all our resources, you have already mortgaged them. You understand? Are you come to remortgage them again? That is what they will do.
Do you know, say a road to it goes into road fund. You know the road fund we mortgage it.
Yeah, look, there you go. Do you understand? There we go. We remortgage them. So it's like no new idea.
We've mortgaged road fund. We've mortgaged get fund.
Get fund, our education fund. So we've remortgaged it. So it's like everything there in Simon. Just say that is like a typical Ghanaian civil servant. Before the salary no crown, not as a salary advance. That is how Ghana is being run. Honestly, that's what. My last way is that listen, especially the Ghanaians in diaspora, don't think that the Ghanaian voter is stupid or not intelligent. Thank you. They have made a choice. If you feed some people at home, it doesn't mean that you control their lives.
Thank you.
Listen, they have voted. They know they wanted a change. So if you are not in consonant with their
a lot of people came here saying that you're more music.
I was telling you. So all of them, those in diaspora, they don't vote. It's the people who are home. They are feeling the pinch. They feel the pinch. They pay the school fees. They pay their rent. They get the taxi to work. They get a boat whatsoever. You are not there. So don't sit in your cushion area in the UK, in the US, in Canada, and then tell us if the Ghanaian voter is a stupid person. No, they are not. Kwame Nkrumah says something. Don't think that the Ghanaian person is a docile. But when the Ghanaian decides to vote, you will show you Pepe. All right.
That's that same point. None I'm person make it because we're Yeti Kromha and America for Trump by. What do you think? Say, sometimes we talk down upon the average Ghanaian. Yes, a friend is saying, MPP for now uncle voting. Why didn't they vote? Why didn't they vote? If everything was good, what prevented them from voting? Something informed that decision. So let us not assume, a friend say, MPP for lose, no. If they didn't do anything, they just won't win. Why is it that NDC for Antinefi? So they almost want to about. How were they able to galvanize their base to go and vote? Why wasn't it? So let's forget about all of that argument. But me, I still stand by my point. Say, we should not, the expectation that everybody is having, even the NDC people, it's CKBA no confuse CKBA here. Our government always run on borrowing, and we have not changed that mindset. We have not decided as a country to change that mindset. We like freebies, and we want to be having freebies. So that is what we are going to get. It doesn't matter who comes until we change. Say, but the Netherlands, when the Netherlands discovered oil, in the Black Sea. When they discover oil, not in the Black Sea, there's an area that they discovered the oil from. One of the dangerous parts of the sea that they discovered oil from. They realized that this will not be sustained for the rest of their life. So what would they do? They reinvested that oil money into industrialization. That was what they did. It was a
Norway
strategic.
and answer Netherlands.
Norway, sorry, and
Norway.
Norway. Great. So it was a strategic decision they made for the economic future of their country. What did we do? Yeah, anything.
I said they brought out the blueprint. And
so
before President Kufoko, Norway sent a whole delegation to Canada.
Exactly.
We chose to do Heritage Fund. And we get only 1%. I think the last time I checked, Heritage Fund, they might have 1% interest on the money. We go and borrow from IMF at a higher interest rate. Yeah.
Thank you. So our economic policies already made us dependent on loan and borrowing. Until we have a leader that is bold enough and a people that will understand, we actually come na idea for future. No, we will never. There be a freebies. You probably obetuya education. Now even our education is free. Even admission nothing is free. Education is free. High school.
Politicians, people also expecting free.
High school. Shall say August. People will go out. We will all go out and buy school supplies, pen, markers, BBS, student yeto. So how do you expect all of a sudden who come no free? And yet better, sir. And last one I was saying, you told me, the amount of money they spend on free HS it's not enough. No, it's still money. So all of that money must come from somewhere. But hey, say Nanado Kayano, NDC for say own to me why? So bia Mahama so I can yes you to me. Maybe also bet me maybe they're gonna whip up some money.
Because own to me he has to do it.
Yeah,
well, and he will do it. Because and will be the better politics until he will be forced
to finally on the looting. Listen, Minianum, crime is crime. Crime has no color. Yatuaba baby. Yatuaba Saturday. 6 a.m. or so 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yapon. If you do anything outside of that Abato polling station, anywhere you are committed crime. We still have commander-in-chief. Mahama is not a commander-in-chief. Let the IGP and the police arrest these people. Let us see the NDC come to power and release them. Then we can have a counter to stand on and accuse them of what they have done. But as up until now, until the IGP does that and our commander-in-chief protects the asset of this nation, it is not the elected president he doesn't have any authority to do anything. Let us punish crime.
Well, they to interest you to know, so far, police matching about 30, 35 people.
Yes.
They are working. And yes, they are.
Yeah, prosecute you. Na say ye behu NDC penyini bi bekwa ko yi sankofo na na. Na ehọ no Ghana form ye badwen ba no ebe punish you mo amame. That's all I can say.
Yo, Sister Fiampa Chotemenka. Sister Fiampa Chotemenka. Ame mawaju baby ami we ye nwumbre ma hwe free adom angel besi haja suja me your number 1 fan. But any first time me call crime there no so. Ghana Police Service omunye able to do what they supposed to do because of yenya Ghana for. Before abato no na ye di kan warning say power changing hands security personnel in ye be hwe omo aye for during some regime. Say so omo ye cautious say o take action bia na yenya ye change of power no pe on base we dey o chichi NDC funti obe MPP ni ye inedi. So they also protecting their jobs. In as much as Akufo-Addo na in charge no e wo say NDC force who say nkrofo na ye so ma wi ade aye be po machi omo no evidence na yenya ye say no na e children no court ni jana was in a court for they are always whatever, and to omonye very careful on that. Me ba na nado abinu mo blame no. Me catch will be say Ghana for ye di politics a chibat. Ye analyze the assembly ye 137 plus 1 independent or ye reshuffle. She omokra new ministers no bum struggles upon Kromani Hawa Yakubu komu through they were approved. Nanka middle of the administration was how changes be.
they have to go and face this opposition. I know we are so vigorous. Why our person or no sheshe no more farmer. And where would the government be?
Normal checks, constitutional checks and balances.
No,
Europe for I was a veteran and a minister.
No, me did this sana make about what I'm trying to say is because na parliament na ye even no approving them no was even hard in the first place. You're gonna go through that hassle again. To say when you be na need evidence said the a negative to the government. I then happens also come opposition no another weapon or be creating more chaos in the country. To be or no yeah. Experienced politician, he was looking into all of that. Oman Penyin Mama Yamanakwaba, may a sympathizer of New Patriotic Party, but Ghana ni penny ye. But many professor Usuno ye adjune say of Akufo-Addo strategy nubi. Because many economists, but share all the things now also obey in addition to the Akufo-Addo ye dada. Now come Mabosi can obey so there's no way say. Realistically, no bit me until I can promise you, me Ghana as of one year, but I'm analyzing from situations. Within a year or two, or because no names a son and a coffin not here. And most of these promises no one year, but he did that for the power, but that's good. Until protect your man, free senior high school, free no yes, many a man for year in Ghana. Say kase binum betimi atua hwan na betimi atua teachers I omoya aban adwuma bi omoje 3,000 no ene betimi atua ba mason abosom obetimi anya be 5,000 only any identifiable income no intimi ntua na to me sure say they were trying to put the things in place say bedu baby no say kase wo sister fia betimi atua ye were evidence to back it enye say bia wo ye hwe wani ma ye so ta address comment one di tia ebe koko scholarship no the same thing no mo de be me ma mo nanfofo na afi o mo ehia pa no ye mu be from your experience 1994 ye ko try exams bad ye na me di kra minya na ma prepare for the next exams e bia ye times na nka we bi o hanke mu bi o ha ye nya opportunity babru chenka ye advance more than ye advance intermediate any day I'll be for free SHS because meaning what I went through just to finish JSS and San Amico Technical School. Until a good policy for the country said, the president-elect, President Mahama, so betimia, onshemukina. Eduane no say ye be yama matrons and our school no dear. Me no munya adwin say contractors no no mujidi say omo ye MP before. Into almost the be more monkrofo no ma monitor omonya ne sa. My brother Noes, dining hall prophet. At the age of 15 or come marketer. The onono bears are not the best in bottom and sign a school amakwino. Me kai up to now, semina no the baby fee. No you corruption to a child at the age of 15, now you're training how to steal, step a year or new teacher into some comma teachers now. The same thing is going to happen. To monitoring he has a monitoring in now. Every privilege via betimi school. At the end of the day, seeing well populated a people in Ghana. No be any say minya bicycle sem hon fasoa. We be a boa banya and then I may pay staff almost one quarter of me pay staff a cut taxes. Ghana will be ampeso be to your tax, but will be a pesa bambe no quine. I am free to answer see sikano or more baby. Into when him to tour Ghana ni BSC dan no why gata na beto main aban assassin so into the pressure and soon day ba na hohoro anwea no ko na ho ye tokro ni ebli mu aban krom ha minim se oba abrochi wahu be bia ye dua green glasses nso to a assassin absorb bi kwa assassin ase na kakra bi flow through main gutters no into pressure no so ase be twinete to say a reform yes ye film ye nye sa no man kitinkiti we mfa mo aban. Because we had no dear beto mean so 1 gallon. Oh dear 1 gallon. Are they 10 gallons na erosion a betri and you You see, yeah, there's no way so be a bit me. I made that say.
Yeah, that's a pie, that's a no. You want to hear what's my dear banana watch a message or not. So there was say, well, the final IMF loan payment is a pipeline and speaker can. Until no so bad, no so can see come, Mahama bet me, you soon know the IAA, and you man up as or the and your friend saying butcher so say Kingsley I think Kingsley yet is a world boss and then why am a world boss and to me I'm also back. Thank you all so much. The air coming in Ghanaians are very excited about President Mahama win. It also shows that even MPP for Nokra are very expectant of seeing the Obetumi, even though it be more I skeptical as home to me yet. The pressure is also on President Mahama so to be proved. And you see, MPP for the same thing, NDC for lose power, most of the year. It's Mahama now he knows he has been there in the seat. He knows what it will take. He knows the expectation on him, and he knows what he has to do. He has the team. And fortunately, goodwill no you're solid. Goodwill no you're solid. Until the Obeka Biano, you should be able to do it. And the plan also they have 120 days. You can see it's a very solid plan. And now Okutan. So let's see what President Mahama bitch me for. But I just want to play this as a reminder to President Kubado. Governor mo blaming no.
Omo achicha mo bie no edi tumi ne ma na kan wo die no e no apono bi edi ama wo.
Etumi nana no.
Tumfo ne nana no.
Wonim se me no fit nipa atu dodo no aye nimbra me ni wo.
Tumfo se nipa ho atwa ho ahie nyina dodo no anim ebre pa. Woni no mienu mo cha se di nkita ho.
Adam no ne free fa no 77 ansa na wo sa ba me bo ana.
Sese afi apem ahankro dio so so.
Me bo nana.
Se ono free fa pension nyina o kai. So no wa
a champion bo tata wa ba London nyame no na nam ne kodwo nya ntachi nom.
Na champion tata wa ba London no kai. So ono ene kodwo nya ntachi enne nam.
Ansa na wo sa ba ya mo ba begina biwa ansa ya sa ba ya ne poti he.
Sana esa ba begina biwa ne.
Me pro ba ya me lawyer no me no na ko ni nyina.
Tumfo so pro ba ne lawyer no ono na e ko ba nyina.
Ani akwa abapim ne.
Enu na makwa ababepim ene.
Enu aso nkrofo be ka kire so won po asem.
Nra nkrofo be ka kire se nti sa.
Me de kakra ne se. Me de afutupa nam de be ma wo.
Tumfo se o ma ati ase se won de afutupa eno de be ma wo.
De Ghana fo pani adwuma.
Ghana fo de mo pani adwuma.
De pani ayarhwe.
De mo pe ayarhwe.
De pani nkoso.
De pe nkoso.
Enu a na yehwehwe.
Enu a na Ghana fo mo.
Ye to aba ne wie ya ye bobo se wawe. Obi gina TV3 so wo ka kire nipa na wo se wo na TV company fo no ko John Mahama wo ka kire nsa aba ne de kom ne abufuo na to ye.
So wie na bi ka ko gina TV3 kan. Se ko Mahama na ka kire nsa de kom ne abufuo na to ye.
Na asa akọ na ado so aka kire nsa te kom ne abufuo so no nso ba no anye de kom ne abufuo be sa ato ti ano.
Kan kire na ado so oba na so wan hwe ne ye kom ne abufuo no de pam Mahama no. Embi na de pam.
Wo ho nim de.
Tumfo judi oso wo ho nim de.
De wadre wo mpesika ye hwe bio.
De wadre wa bo bread wo mpesika de aye hwe.
Enti se kun ho na ye adwuma ne ye.
Se wa ba.
We are prophet emeritus otumfo na say to so baby asem o kan na that way. Ehun reward and that way nti ye nya ye hwe de president Mahama so be na otumfo so de wo hu amani wo si enkofo ko ka che na do so mpenasem Mahama so enkofo so otumfo mpenasem mi wa otumfo kra na ye party Mahama ye okobo ye nti obi a onya asem okumasi otumfo kafra wa that say to so baby o obim so piao ko se what wa bre nti ye hwe de Mahama ebeye let's give him a honeymoon period. Man the benefits of the doubt and we'll see what will happen. You remember when you good night. I could point out next week Monday. Good night.